Last time on Beast World, the crew of the Astral Pact finished securing the alchemy lab and managed to produce some toxins the Babals were currently brewing. With the room secure, the group find a room to their south with a very large humanoid skeleton wearing a pair of pristine bracers. Vegas removes the bracers, and as they do, a ghostly figure appears from the skeleton in the form of an Oni and attacks the party. But Vanya manages to disintegrate the fiend with her new dagger. The party move across the hall into a new chamber with the final statue, which asks for a blood offering. Vegas partakes, and the statue comes to life in the form of a chain devil and begins attacking the party with a focus heavy on Vegas. Luckily, the fiend is dispatched with relative ease, and the party collect the token from this room. Opening a pair of double doors to the south, the party find two more Maragons, which Vanya manages to lure to the door and have the party ambush them. Once they've been dealt with, the party discover 4 rooms with many beds, offering a bit of respite from the dungeon. Wasting no time, though, the group return to the statue in the first chamber and count out the remaining gold they wish to offer it, paying the tax, which unlocks the 4th and final token. With all the tokens in hand, the party returns to the Astroglyph chamber and place the tokens in their corresponding socket, which reveals a large door and a descending staircase. As the Delvers follow the stairs down, they are led into a large chamber, with a sarcophagus in the center and 3 more statues to either side. Iset notices another Venusian inscription written around the sarcophagus. Malignant beasts prowl the streets, a chorus of laughter and cheer. Children concealed under their sheets, what do you most fear? Iset reads it aloud, and the party prepare themselves as they are sealed inside the room as one of the statues comes to life. What follows is a heavy, intense battle as the already exhausted party fight not 1, not 2, but 3 dungeon keepers. The 3 fiends are dispatched one at a time, but not before they deal terrible damage to the party, nearly killing several of the delving crew before the last one finally falls. With the dungeon cleared, the party gather up their vast amount of loot and make their way out of the dungeon and down the mountainside towards Grandfield. Once there, Vanya, Vegas, and Ignatius inform Mother Guard Lydusa that they have sealed the dungeon before they retire for the night. The next day, Vanya finds Cyrus and talks with him a bit about demon hunting. He offers her some practicing meditations to help her control the demons that are now inhabiting her body, while also pointing out that Vanya still has some scales showing up from her recent power. The party takes some time to rest as they begin traveling across the ways. Charlotte brings up that she can gaze into the future a bit more often and may be able to help the group with anything uncertain. Iset asks for her to divine Veronica's safety, at least for this week, and Charlotte receives a positive sign. That night, Iset casts the dream spell and enters Veronica's dreams more subtly, avoiding the Superior's gaze, long enough to reconcile with Veronica and reassure her. She also reveals her current path as a necromancer, which seems to leave Veronica with some uncertainty. With the next few days of travel behind them, the party returned to where their adventure first started, at the famous Bristle Inn Tavern. And with that, you pull up just outside the tavern and depart from the wagons. You see the very, very familiar doors that you all first walked through and met one another. You are free to move about the map.
This feels like a flashback.
Little bit.
Glenn, the bovine operating the tavern, gives you all a hearty wave as you all step in. Why, I haven't seen you all in quite some time.
It's been a few months, correct? Could I bother you for a drink, perchance?
Not at all.
No more dungeons, I hope.
Not since you all, took care of the last one. Though,
Good.
no offense, I hope your presence doesn't cause the dungeon to, resurface.
Gonna give kind of a spooky finger waggle and sit down at the table.
Alright, so what do you be having?
Honestly, give me the strongest shit you have.
Got it.
If you got wine.
Wine as well. Alright. And, for you, gesturing to Vegas.
I'll have what she's having, gesturing to the set.
Alright. It sounds like a bit of a rough day.
I'll
Every
be
day's
fine
a
with
rough day
tea
when
or
you're an
coffee.
adventurer.
Sorry, I didn't catch either of that.
You first.
I'll be alright with tea or coffee, whichever is fresher.
And I said every day's rough when you're an adventurer.
Alright. He sets out, some, shots of Everclear for both of you.
Oh my god.
God.
You asked.
She's just gonna slam it back.
And, set out a, very nice, red wine for Charlotte.
Much obliged.
Making his way over towards the table, doesn't even hesitate and sets out a mug of coffee for Vanya.
There's just rubbed hands together in excitement. Goes to start drinking.
Setting out as well as tea for Ignatius, and then looks towards Aspen and Iski. Anything I can get for either of you?
I will take the largest mug you do of whatever ale is best.
Very well.
And just motioning at Vanya, just whatever she's having.
All right. Now I'll grab some extra cups.
He didn't even ask. He just gave her coffee.
He may have left an impression on him the last time you were here. But yeah, after a bit, he'll come back, set out some extra cups for coffee, and sets a nice large tankard of ale on the counter for Aspen.
Oh, thank you.
Of course. Remember, you are all welcome here anytime.
Peeking around the rest of the patrons here, does anybody stand out more than the others, or are we just looking at kind of general people here?
I mean, I see one familiar face.
Go ahead and give me perceptions.
I'm drinking, so no.
One shot of Everclear won't dull my senses at all.
I dare say might have made you better.
Plus 10 is crazy. What the hell?
Expertise, baby.
Ignatius, you're just enjoying the vibes.
Having a nice time.
Definitely, both Vanya and Isette, most of the patrons look like possibly regulars, or at least locals. The one person who does not look like a local, and slightly stands out due to their secluded nature, is the Brethren woman sitting in the far, far corner of the tavern.
My seat.
It was.
How's her hair do that inside?
Vanya, you recognize a bit of their garbs to be Arnerian.
Just gonna enjoy the coffee, but occasional glances over as little unlucky, unsettled. Oh my god, I can't speak tonight. Unsubtle. There we go, as she usually is. But it's not like constantly like staring at. There's just the occasional kind of flick of the eyes and.
Yeah, Issa takes like one glance in her direction, then like quickly just goes back to drinking. Like she has no reason to talk to this woman.
Fair.
Kind of Riker sitting in the chair so she can see the others at the other side of the bar. So, have any of you all been on the causeway before?
A while ago, I think.
Just
A
once.
couple times with my first group, but I never went into Arneria.
Okay.
I was sort of vaguely on that way when we met, but well, you know how that went.
You're gonna need to take some of the furs off.
You know, I don't
No.
remember if we ever talked about it.
Just no.
What were you all doing before you came to Bramblin the first time? Because I joined up with
Hitching a
Vegas.
ride.
Yeah, I was hit. Well, I joined up with you.
Mhm.
I had just come out of a respite after leaving my second delving group, and Vegas had a wagon.
Sure
So,
did.
Vanya kind of glances at a ski for a quick moment and says, "Research trip."
Ah,
I was just trying to get as far away from home as possible.
Wandering mostly.
The whole party looks at a set.
Trying to figure out what to do with myself mostly. Prior to the war, I was just, well, jumping from face to face, hiding behind a myriad of different identities. Couldn't go back home, could be myself out in the world. Quite frankly, the less said, the better.
Feel that.
Leave it at that.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
And she'll just like hail the bartender over and go like, "Can I have another one, please?"
Absolutely. He pours you another shot.
She slams it back again.
Let's not let her at the reins of the Rio. Just in case.
Causeway will be a change of pace.
That's for sure. A change of scenery, as in lots of bridge and stuff either side of it.
Isn't there that really, really spooky place?
It doesn't go anywhere near the Black Wild, but yes.
I have been across one or two bridges in my time. I am not sure what the big deal about this one is.
It spans most of Arneria.
It's the bridge of all time.
It's longer than probably every other bridge in the Beast World combined.
Yeah, but how
People
long
live
can
on
that
it.
be really? Like, how big can a
Bridge of
person
all
make a
time.
bridge?
A few hundred. It's big and very wide. People live on it, Aspen.
Don't worry, you're going to find out soon enough, and I'm sure you're going to hate every moment of it.
Especially the heat.
I'm not looking
Alright.
forward to the heat. I am looking forward to seeing it. I really do not know what to expect, so I'm genuinely interested.
Well, it's gonna take a while to get to Fossero. But I think, well, it's just gonna glance to a ski. The jungle's a bad idea, right?
Unless you are quite prepared.
And we go to Fossero and travel up to the Sekis Cliffs.
Yes, we
We're
should
going
stay
to
on.
have to go there eventually, either way, so.
The causeway is the safest. It's wild out there, but we will still cross through desert, which I never
Well-
did before.
Well, yeah, to get to the cliffs, yeah. But most of it will be jungle, the Batian.
But we'd at least be on the causeway, wouldn't we?
Mm-hmm.
But that's not too bad.
I hope you like trees.
Don't get many. I mean, back home, yes, but I've lived in Alamance a lot, and I have never been to Glassrun.
More trees than Glassrun. You'll see. I'm actually kind of excited. A little bit.
Actual correction, because I am dumb. Charlotte has been through Batian, but not Balek. I
So
said
no desert.
Arneria the wrong word.
And then, kind of making a look over to Vegas, taking you over to, well, home, so you can see the other rings about the place. After Fossero, anyway.
Very exciting.
Oh, wait, is this about your siblings?
No,
Huh?
the SHL rings.
Oh, right.
No, I'm absolutely dreading taking you all to see my family, but it's cheaper.
I'm so excited to embarrass you in front of them.
I want to meet them all.
It's cheaper for all of us going at least nearby there. None of you guys will be able to fit, I don't think.
I am looking forward to meeting your family, but do we want to get your story straight first? Because I know you don't want them to know you're a Delver.
Yeah, I'm in the
You're a bit
Delving
over it.
League with the SHL. That's all
Isn't
they
there a
need to
number
know.
limit on that?
Yes, far less risky business, obviously.
I mean, there aren't, as far as I know, way less people die in the SHL.
I mean, it's still dangerous, but it's not as dangerous as. Look, it.
I think we'll be fine.
How many people can be on the SHL League team?
4 of us, which there is.
Yeah.
We can at
And the
least
rest
get
of us are traveling with you because...
I don't know. I already.
You're all
told
my
them
entourage. I don't know.
I already told them I was traveling with Delvers. I mean, they're probably not dumb. They probably know I'm actually delving, but I don't want to just tell them that in case they do believe that I'm not delving.
Well, I mean, I imagine there's some people who travel with Delvers because they have wagons, but don't go in the dungeon.
Exactly.
I reckon, knowing our luck, it'll come to light as soon as you step foot through their door, Vanya.
Probably.
Oh yeah, this is gonna fall apart immediately. I'm not gonna
unless,
lie.
I mean, I'm willing to go with the whole SHL thing, but it's going to fall apart. Sorry.
I mean, it's not a lie.
Ireland?
It's not a lie, but it's not a good lie.
It's
You know
a
what?
pretty
If they
bad lie.
ask, I am traveling with you for security and to care for the animals.
Another one, please.
That bad?
He will pour you a third shot. Go ahead and make me a con save.
Finally, 3 shots in.
But
Holding off strong for now. He once again slams it back.
Iset, are you really gonna be drinking this early?
Yes, next
Just let her
question.
have this.
I mean, you're sitting there with a glass of wine.
It's a glass of wine, just one.
Are you drinking
That's what they'll
heavily
say.
because you are relaxed and we are like back to somewhere nice, or are you drinking heavily because you're upset?
There's a pointed
What
stare.
business is it to you?
Aspen really said, "Are you mad at me?"
What business is it to me? I would
Since when
like
did you start caring about how I feel about anything, Aston?
Ooh.
I have cared what you feel for a long time. If you do not recognize that, maybe you just don't know how I express things, which is fair. But I do care about how you feel.
Like a brick through a window, usually.
I am direct. Doesn't mean I don't care.
Right.
All of you have become important to me. You no less so.
I appreciate that.
I can't always say the feeling is mutual.
Sometimes a gal just needs to drink early in the morning.
Feeling doesn't have to be mutual, that is your prerogative. But know that I do care.
I'll just say that actions speak louder than words and leave it at that. Can I have another?
Ooh la la.
Charlotte is going to get up and quietly move to the table with the others.
At this point, he just kind of sets the bottle of Everclear on the table for you.
She's just gonna start pouring out her own shots. Got it.
Yeah, go ahead and make me another one.
Vanya going into the bag of holding and pulling out a decent amount of gold and trotting over to the bar and just setting it so it can be picked up. I don't know how much the Everclear is gonna cost, but there you go.
What's the price of lamp oil?
Kerosene.
5 gold.
Do you guys remember that part in the lighthouse where they started drinking kerosene? That was fun.
Kerosene and honey, yeah, fuck.
God.
Real drink.
Like the honey made it taste any better, let's be real.
Oh, is that
I
actually
mean,
a character or just a...
That is indeed.
That
That's a
is
dude.
indeed a commoner.
he's on the top layer though, so he's not actually there.
Just
Alright,
sits in the
Ignatius
guy's
would
lap.
like to join at the bar and motion for a glass. I find drinking in company to be a far better experience.
Alright, something I can get for you?
I figure I'll share the bottle with her.
Oh, that's fair.
Hey guys, can I have some? I only have one.
He'll just pour out shots for the both of them.
How much is that gonna set us back? Like 5 gold?
Yeah, probably like closer to 5 gold.
We just appreciate that this commoner is going to go back to their house and have something to share with their buds.
Surrounded by
Delvers.
obvious delvers drinking. Heavy morning drinking. Vanna's gonna turn to Charlotte real quick. We won't get too close to the Black Wild, by the way. If that's something that worries you.
No, I didn't think we would. It's just something a place I think about because of the things in it.
Well, sure. Thinks kind of yes, smirk.
If I don't want to say anything, but I haven't seen these set like this.
There's a long pause and a nod to the whisper there.
last time I've seen this. It wasn't fun. Charlotte just not drinking more of her wine.
How many cups were brought over?
Enough for you to like kind of like share about like the coffee, because he did
Yeah.
just have the coffee mug over there on the table for you.
Vanya just kind of pours Charlotte a cup and pushes that to her.
Also, Vegas, Ignatius, and Set, go ahead and all give me some more con saves.
Oh.
All right. Ignatius, it's hitting you a little bit sooner. You're kind of surprised that Aset has taken as many as she has.
She's had 5 shots and she's only like tipsy at best.
So, I also figured along our way there, we can just kind of pick clean any alchemy stores we go by. Potions on potions, that was
Yeah,
really
we-
close.
Yeah, I
That
heard
was
that.
my fault. I was really ambitious.
I don't really think that was your fault, but
I spent a very powerful spell looking into a hole we made.
fair, but you don't know if you would have learned anything interesting.
I did. I should be more cautious of what my wand tells me.
Lessons learned. Good ones, too.
I mean, we are alive, so it's something we can laugh about. And in case things go really wrong, we know that Aspen can demolish a wall.
Is that the lesson we're drawing from that?
No,
I don't think that's the lesson we should be drawing from any of this.
the lesson
I
is save
mean-
resources.
You never know if we might have to really do it in an emergency.
Also, I think another lesson is that apparently the dungeon does some really high-tier construction work.
It's strange.
I don't think it was the masonry that was strong there, but sure.
Nonetheless, lessons learned.
She's just gonna pour herself another one again. Starting to feel it.
But
Oh no.
Iggy's catching up fast.
I did mean to pick more up before we left, but I kind of forgot. And I did say I was gonna look after our supplies, so kind of on me.
It's
Charlotte,
alright,
Did
Yes?
you do your divination thingy? With the cards?
Not today. What's wrong? Did you have one?
No, I was thinking of Grumpy over there, actually.
Oh. I don't know. I think I'm gonna wait for that.
Not to say anything, but you did say that it was a good while ahead of time that it would look, right?
A week.
Vanya made good points. You know, sometimes maybe guards are not the best option, and if one is going to serve out an entire sentence, she needs to be safe to do that.
I know. It's. I don't
I mean,
much
we are
we
in
can do.
fairly safe, well-traveled place. I don't think we're going to need it from much else anytime soon.
Am I
And
just
if it offers some peace of mind, I think it's could use that right now.
I mean, again, it's already done a week ahead of time, and you said it was safe, right?
Yes, but
I don't know. I don't know spells, but
the thing is about some. There are stories about people who follow fortunes exactly as they do, but they mess up because they, of course, anticipate it instead of letting fate, or just riding with fate.
Aspen's gonna like lean into the table and actually whisper and just be, I understand what you are saying, but I genuinely think this could be good for her.
When she's sober.
Duh.
Just needed to know whether or not I could visit her in their dreams in safety. That is all.
You'll know
Well-
before tonight.
but again,
Also, ensuring her physical safety wouldn't be a bad thing. But I don't know if you can do both.
it was a vague. Is she safe? So I think it would have covered both.
I do not know how this magic works.
Me neither.
I'm very new to this. My mother knew how to do it, but it's been years.
I did have another thought about it that maybe we could do another time, but I'm not actually sure if it's a good idea.
What?
Seeing if we could gain any information about the schemes of Vanya's friend up north.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I agree. I feel like if we tried to look,
You think he would know?
yes.
That is what I was wondering.
We just have to be prepared for when the time comes again.
Well, that'll be fun.
Vanya shrinks internally and pours herself more coffee.
While saying that'll be fun, Aspen's just kind of like buffing the ram ring.
Could probably ask them if we're gonna run into my associate while we're down there.
Where specifically?
Across the bridge, in the
Oh.
jungle.
It's gonna take us a while.
Yeah, it's a long travel, and Bation is large, the causeway is large. It goes through, I think, like 5, 6 towns.
Is this a thing you can do like every day?
Yes, I could do it more than once a day, but the reading gets murkier.
Understood.
Told
So
her.
we're not going to be too limited on chances.
We still shouldn't abuse it in all likelihood.
No, and it's strong magic, you said, right?
It is, and there's a chance that Beatrice or whoever's speaking to me may not respond. Or may be very cryptic.
Let's keep it to relatively important matters, yes.
I mean, knowing if we're gonna run into anybody that could cause us grief is kind of nods at Ignatius.
To be clear, I wasn't suggesting we use it every day, it's just nice to know it's there when we need it.
About this time, you hear the door to the far north open, close towards the staircase that leads up towards the essentially the resting area where the beds would be.
Mhm.
And a familiar-looking white wolf steps down.
Huh,
Oh,
funny.
you've got to be kidding me.
Big wave.
Oh, hi.
Of all the places I go, this was the last place I was expecting to run into you all again.
To be fair, we were passing by, and this was where we first met, so we were just staying for old time's sake.
Glenn, some coffee, please.
We've got the jug over here.
He kind of like just sets out like a fresh cup as if he was kind of expecting her. It seems like she may have just woken up, which for Aspen you would know would be pretty normal. Not a morning person.
What time is it?
Like 12 in the afternoon.
Okay.
She just
Thank
kind of
you,
like
by the way.
wanders over towards Aspen, placing a hand on their shoulder. You're sure you're not following me?
I mean, would you hate if I was?
Yes.
Fair. No, I'm not following you.
Good answer.
Unless you're going through the causeway, then sorry, that was just entirely coincidental.
I was headed further south. I was going to Port Strega, actually.
Oh.
Your witchcraft is more acceptable there.
It is, speaking from experience.
She just gives this set a nice big smile.
He said smiles back, and it's like a bit half-hearted.
I had family in Port Strega. Had is the word.
Yes, what happened to them?
Just bad luck. Illness. Ship capsized. I haven't kept in line with them for years and found out the hard way that there's nobody left.
Oh, it sounds like they were cursed.
I've been told not to think of that.
Well, why not? The city of witches.
Thinking about a curse tends to make the curse worse, at least in most stories.
Sometimes freak accidents do happen, and if you start seeing patterns and things, you get paranoid, you get...
I mean, if anyone with no details, present company.
He's the last one here who needs any more concerns.
Big sip.
Thank you for those runes, by the way.
Yeah? Did they help you?
Big cheesy grin and a nod.
They're quite
Oh,
useful, yes.
Also,
Why
you
did
haven't
you
met
know?
our dragon yet, have you?
She glances back towards the bar.
Ignatius will look over his shoulder. Oh, thank God, I thought I was supposed to know that person. I've never met them before, right?
Correct.
Okay.
He's
met
the
her
one
while
we
you
told
were
you
away.
about. The one that couldn't be with us and the one I would have loved you to annoy.
She leans in closer to Aspen. Is that the Dramphinian?
Duh, that's him. Useful for making more of those wads, or the rune wads. The scales turned out to be perfect.
That's very funny.
Further big grinning.
Yeah, I still don't like it. I mean, I'll work with it, but it's just unpleasant.
And he was very brave about it.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even cry once.
When I got a lollipop afterwards.
Maybe a
Exactly.
little bit.
Duh.
You're not exactly what I expected from a dragon Dramphinian.
I get that a lot.
Do you?
More than I'd hope.
I
He's not
admit he's
exactly
better
typical.
than most of his ilk.
Thank?
Why such the hostility to dragons? Glancing at Aspen.
Actually, I was thinking of Dramphinians, but
Ah,
I like dragons. If they're from dragons, who else would I steal obsidian from?
not Maximus. That's for certain.
I have yet to encourage Jiggy to make any, though.
Does that name ring a bell?
You can make a history check. Very unlikely for you.
Can I make a history check as well?
I'm doing it as a bit.
I feel like I should do one too, because I obviously, like, I should know that name, but
Aspen would probably be
history
the most
nerd.
familiar.
Nerdity incoming. This is my specialty. C minus.
C minus.
Oh,
how
he knows.
appropriate.
Oh,
How
wow.
appropriate.
Dragons know about dragons, baby!
Alright, and well, we'll give this one to Ignatius and Iset by proxy. Maximus is the name of one of, if not the oldest dragon in the beast world. He currently resides in Aurea, at the top of, let's see, where is it? Tuli Voroi. It is one of the tallest peaks in Aurea. There was a village called the Yln, Ylin, that was close towards the base of said mountain. And after Maximus took over it, he essentially asked for tribute from the villagers and kept extorting them for gold and other valuables until they didn't really have anything left. And then he just destroyed the village when there was nothing left to be given. He is
know what, maybe
well
I do
known
need-
for being one of the most dangerous dragons in Aurea.
maybe I do need to steal from him sometime.
Sonya just reaches over and punches you in the arm quite hard, actually.
You're welcome to join me.
I was about to make her do an attack roll.
I'm not saying I would, but I think I could.
I would do it just for bragging rights alone.
I feel like with that punch, Aspen's not gonna make any attempt to dodge it. It's not the first time. It won't be the last.
Just slap.
Your mother would kill me if she found out.
Fair point.
Though, to be fair, if it was caught between your mother and Maximus, I think I'd take the dragon.
Also fair.
Wait, is she that dangerous? I know she's powerful and everything, but
Look, you've only seen her fight Vegas, and she was very much trying not to damage my friend. Those punches were
nice
about
for
as
her.
pulled as they can get.
So, how long are you all staying?
I can't imagine too long.
Maybe at most an hour.
Oh, we're not going to stay the night?
No real reason to.
I was just gonna get drink and go back to the wagon.
There.
I could sleep this off on the road if need be.
Mm-hmm.
She'll just pour herself another shot.
Well, I did buy the bottle, so how about?
Oh yeah, it's sitting here now.
Iggy's just like,
Oh.
yeah, fuck that. I beat this.
Yeah, I used the wrong roll because of this. Still haven't acclimated to the sheet yet. Yeah, Iggy was not as bad as thought.
He was faking it.
Empathy drunk.
Contact high.
I mean, with the amount she's been drinking, probably. The guy next to you both just falls off the stool dead.
At the rate you're going, I think you might be breathing fire soon as well.
You got a match? I can cast Fireball.
Give me the rest of the bottle and I could too. Though you'd lose the bottle.
You see, I can breathe fire without losing the bottle.
I could finish that entire thing right now and not feel anything.
Don't.
Are you sure?
I can guarantee it. Just reflecting on all the times I've tried to get drunk and failed.
2 nat ones. Let's go.
Yeah? That'd be something else.
I almost want to see that.
Please
How much is
don't.
left?
Depends on how generous Isette's pouring her shots.
Very.
I'd say there's probably enough left for like maybe 3 more shots.
Child's play. You're not waiting for me to do it, are you?
Everyone's staring.
I could just pour us all a shot each. Get it over with.
You've had enough.
I'll be the judge of that.
Charlotte winces at that.
Can you do the alphabet backwards for me right now?
Z Y X W V U.
Could you on a
Just
good
to
day,
use,
Vegas?
Yes.
Oh,
I don't think I could do that, even sober.
Surprising nobody.
Anyway, I'll grab the bottle and slug the rest of it.
Oh my gosh. Go ahead. Make another save.
She actually like folds her ears back and did that a little, just like pouts, like, hey.
Oh wait, I have an advantage on these. 1 sec.
Jesus.
Let me just see if I roll any higher, you know? Yeah, I think I'll be alright regardless.
2 more.
Oh wait, that wasn't for the whole thing? Alright.
Yeah. Do a couple more.
Okay.
We'll see. Because you've got pretty, yeah,
Oh my god.
not very likely to get drunk.
Can you
Downside
just
of being a
pretend
dog.
for all of your roll? Oh, never mind.
Right.
Can we just pretend?
Oh wow,
from
he's a
now on
little
that
tipsy.
all of your rolls are trying to get drunk, so you just hit every attack you go for?
Well, I can't technically try to get drunk because, you know, my liver doesn't listen to me like that.
Yeah, the body's resisting.
I can't say, hey, liver, shut the fuck up for a moment, you know?
You can't magically become more of a lightweight. No, that's not how that
Yeah.
works.
The gods
Anyway.
of this world have said, no, you can't get drunk.
Yeah, and Vegas like puts the bottle down with a disappointed sigh and wipes his eyes because it's Everclear. He was crying while he was slugging it. He's like,
Vegas, what in the world was that all? Are you
Nothing.
okay?
yeah, unfortunately.
What if you wanted to drink your sorrows away, but God said,
Yeah, that's what I'm going through at the moment.
I'll never understand how you can put that sort of stuff away so easily.
It's easy.
Apparently.
Okay, now that
There
that
must be a
problem's
little
solved.
bit of Orion in him.
Maybe.
A what?
There must be a little Orion in you.
Oh my god, we gotta get them out.
Yeah, how'd he get there?
Asked nicely, I suppose.
So we're gonna talk to the lady in the corner who looks pretty important, or like,
Nah.
eh? Okay.
Anyway.
The brooding corner.
You wanna?
I'm-
Who wants to see if the dungeon's still there? I'm gonna go check for old time's sake.
No, but I'll watch from back here because I remember what happened last time.
Don't know how else to put myself in that corner of the room. It was this door up here, right?
Correct.
Didn't mean to click that yet. But yeah, Vegas will walk to the door and throw it open like, ha! And it's nothing. We're good, guys.
Good. Though it's
That
been
would
kind of
scare
funny.
me if reopen.
Open it again now, just in case.
Right, just in case. Schrodinger's cat kind of deal. Yeah, we're good.
Vegas, you're going
Oh
to
my
break
God.
the door.
Light, dark, light, dark.
Been very funny if I like put a skeleton behind the door while you're doing that and you just didn't notice.
I would have actually shit myself. That would have been so funny.
then a
wait.
skeleton pops out.
I was waiting for Gary
The
to keep
skeleton
click-
appears.
I was waiting for Gary to keep clicking it, and just one flash, it's the dungeon map, and then the next time flash.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, what if I put a skeleton, make it invisible, make it visible when they open the door, and then when they close it, because they're opening and closing it so fast, make it disappear again.
That would have been so excellent.
Nobody would believe you.
Nobody would believe me, and I do that to people all the fucking time, so I deserve it.
The gaslighting of, I swear there was a
love
skeleton.
Or like, you know the cruiser in Lethal Company, how the passenger can like hold it in park against the driver's will.
Yeah.
I did that, and it resulted in
Oh
my
my
crew's
God.
death. But then I blamed it on the driver, and nobody believed him when he was telling it was me. And that is what I love. So yeah, fucking gaslight me. I love that shit.
Right, let's get back on the road.
I had one more thing I wanted to do for the fun of it, because I had it prepared. Spell.
Define fun.
I was just curious of just about where's Rasta?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Right behind.
Oh dear.
Little do we know if I opened the door one more time, the rest would have been there.
A little bit of fanfare and confetti. Then you close the door, open it
And then
again,
it's too
all
late.
gone.
Yeah.
Rasta
That's the-
1 in 255 event.
Dressed in some obnoxiously bright outfit.
You open the door again. There's just a rat.
It's like Monsters Inc.
Yeah.
It's unusually large.
And there's like a snowy tundra next time I open it up.
Sense the direction of the God Verasta's mortal avatar. Know the direction of his movement. He's not actively moving at the moment, but he is very, 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 very far southwest.
Okay, I was like, have I heard close? Oh,
Yeah,
might
he's just
be
outside the window.
Astana.
He's in my drink.
toilet flushing sound, door opens, crowd cheers.
See, that would have been a funny thing. I could have put Ross behind the door.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
I'll do it next time just to make sure you have time to prep.
Anyway, I don't think Verasta left Tristana, so, well, how it goes.
Glenn just kind of looking towards all of you. You're leaving so soon?
We're traveling, yeah. But it's been nice.
Well, here, before you go, he reaches behind the counter and he grabs what looks to be a very, very large old book and sets it out on the table.
What's this?
I don't believe you guys signed this last time. This inn has been rebuilt over this location dozens of times, but we keep track of all the guests that have been here for like the last 1,000 years.
Oh, wow.
So
it's not on the pages yet?
he gestures to some of the walls behind him that have more books up on it. This appears to be the most recent one.
Could you
Vegas'
imagine if it was
signature
one
takes up
book?
an entire page.
Fucking Hancocking it, okay.
Absolutely handcocking it.
Also,
How many am I they? Fuck.
Charlotte, you notice this book is giving off very, very intricate vibes. That very special sense of yours.
Oh no! But I was curious.
Time for your vision quest, Charlotte.
Moody Blues, go. Alright, I touch a book. I go to
Alright.
Mist Island.
You just not warn anybody? You go straight into it?
Yes!
Oh boy. Alright. So, you touch the book, and your vision is immediately pulled. You do see the inn, in a very similar state as it is now. Not too different. You don't see Glenn. You see a different proprietor at the time, an Ursine woman. But what you do notice is that there are many, many people who have come through and signed this ledger and have listed themselves here as having passed through this area or having stayed, even if it was just for a night. And your vision cycles through and you see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. But your vision does eventually stop and focus on one. You see what appears to be a very, not too much younger, but younger Mateo, who is signing his name into the book. You aren't really able to discern when this occurred, as everything looks relatively the same, but you witness him signing the book and placing it back onto the counter. He looks very similar to how you have seen him in Aurea, with his missing antlers and such. He is wearing less Orion garbs, though. He has not any distinguishable, like, homeland style on him. But after he signs the book, he gives a farewell to the patron, and he heads out the door.
Charlotte just standing still, doing nothing for about a solid minute or two.
Now, y'all just watch Charlotte zone out as she just grabs the book and just does not sign it.
Are you
Similar
going
to
to-
what you've just been through before, right?
Yeah, you would recognize this almost trance-like state.
Quick, somebody draw on her face.
He does this sometimes. Just give her a moment.
Finnick is rebooting.
Looks up. Mateo was here.
That's not that surprising, is it?
He was?
No,
I didn't
But-
see him.
it was years ago.
That's
A long time
Oh.
ago.
ping back through the pages to try and find Mateo's signature.
I mean, how do Aspen? Do you know how old Mateo is?
Do I?
From your experience, you don't know his exact age, but you have to assume that he's probably in his, like, maybe mid-50s. Maybe mid to late 50s.
He's got to be in his 50s. He was always there when I was growing up. That's would have been a stable
And-
point in my life, and always known my parents. So
Has Mateo ever talked about the antler thing when that happened?
Yeah. He
When
told
was
us, right?
that?
When we visited him?
would I know when he lost it?
I'm not misremembering.
Like, would
He
that be
told us
during Aspen's lifetime, or?
He's told you the story before,
Yeah.
but he didn't give you specific details of, like, when that happened. But, like, Aspen, like, ever since you've known Mateo, he's always had the antlers missing.
I've heard stories. I don't know if there's any exaggeration or if, straight fact, but as long as I can always remember, he's always had the. I think Aspen just kind of waves the hand over their head.
Meanwhile, Charlotte is doing mathematics in her head, trying to narrow the window.
If you left a
good luck-
signature in, we could maybe guess based
Yeah.
on what other signatures are in there.
I'm trying to flip through to find that.
Because I feel like you said would have
Hey.
like come here a couple times before and probably signed it under a few of her old pseudonyms.
Some people date signatures in guest books, no?
Yeah, the signatures are dated. If you want to flip through it, give me investigation checks.
All right.
Can I cause advantage because Aspen would probably know what Mateo's signature looks like?
Has Aspen watched him sign things before?
Yeah, sure. The amount that Aspen's hung around him in Jaegervault and stuff, well,
Okay, I
parents
guess
are doing
that's a little
important things.
fair.
He's like their uncle.
So reroll with
True.
advantage, I guess.
Allow the advantage
Or just
towards
reroll.
one person. So whoever
Can't
Aspen
believe
wants
Aspen's
to go
a
to.
notary.
I'll let Set take it, honestly.
Yeah, I'd go with a set.
Oof. Not much better.
15, and then Vanya has 17. Okay. Flipping through the pages, you go back several years and just sort through by names and dates, just trying to see if any name in particular pops out, specifically Mateo's. You don't see it.
It's
Hmm.
a lot of pages.
Maybe a different name. It'd be hard to, I don't know, recognize a signature off, I don't know,
Yeah.
aesthetic alone.
I know I signed this book under a few different names in the past.
Would Mateo have a reason for that?
Hmm. Anyway, who hasn't signed it yet? Flips right back to the current day.
Might as well put my actual signature in there.
Turns the page because of Vegas's massive
Yeah.
hand-cocked signature.
And Lisa just like writes her name in there and Sealy's. Bunch of hieroglyphs.
Sand starts pouring out the ceiling.
The Pharaoh's curse. The Pharaoh's curse.
When Aspen gets a chance to sign it, it's going to be very basic, almost runic.
Just draw a little picture of yourself.
You know what, Troy? Yeah, a little stick figure there as well. With a little stick figure X.
You sign it, and it somehow comes out in Comic Sans.
Oh no.
Oh, what if that's just what Aspen's handwriting looks like?
Oh god, what's wrong with your fingers?
No, I will not go to your Veraston themed birthday party. Leave me alone. Vanya, not quite massive, but kind of fancier than most of her writing, kind of signs it up.
Signing it. Do you know, people like me probably can relate, where you had to learn cursive and the only cursive you remember is signing your name.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's Charlotte.
Ignatius signs in the same way that someone who's practiced their signature for dozens of hours.
Alright, was that everyone?
I think so.
Esky.
Oh, it's a ski FK.
Viola?
Sheep.
I didn't see an AFK. And I can see mass moving.
Are you there? I see you typing.
Yeah, they're typing in the chat.
Alright. Would Iski sign the book?
Probably. I don't know. It's.
You alright?
I'm having a rough night.
Sorry.
Alright. If you need to step away, let me know. But, yeah, once the signatures are captured, Glenn will close the book back up and set it away under the counter. Wish you would all stay longer, but you're Delvers, so imagine the road calls.
It does. To Bation we go.
Alrighty. Well, thanks again.
Of course, anytime.
Mm-hmm.
As you all start to leave, you see Sonya, like, waving towards you, but specifically in Aspen's direction.
Don't
If I-
tell anyone back home about this, and Aspen's just gonna hug Sanya.
Peeking
I don't
through
plan
like
to.
a gremlin.
But if I also run into you again, I'm cursing you.
I know you do that, love. Just a smirk and then leaving.
Mm. Sonya in the background, like, subtly casting loose teeth.
Oh no!
Alright. So, heading back to the wagons then?
Yeah.
To the wagons.
Yay,
Navigation
we
tabs.
missed probably an important NPC encounter.
But we don't have a reason. We're players. We do what we want. Agency.
It's fine. Give me perception checks as you all begin to pull away.
I don't have my goggles, so normal.
26.
That's not great for the driver.
I thought Iggy drove. I have the training for land vehicles.
Oh, sure, okay. Aspen's been
Right, there's
driving it
two
a long
cars
time.
though.
Yes, there is two.
I think Vegas drives Vegas's one.
It's usually dropping on the name right now. Deidre.
Oh yeah.
Aspen was just driving the mammoth for a while.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
All
You
right.
can't just say Vegas is chauffeur.
She's my manager. She'll beat you up for that.
So Ivania, Iset, and Ski. You notice as you are pulling away, the brethren woman that you had saw in the tavern had stepped out and watched you leave, but does not follow. Alright.
What's her deal?
She
Sign
thought we were
things
so
to
cool.
come.
Training.
Do.
I'm also gonna do that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Train yourself.
Because Iggy, you get 12 days now. Don't forget the +4 doing stealth.
D-Force.
Didn't matter, I
Plus
already got a
D4,
22.
sorry.
Oh wait, that was the wrong save. Hold on.
I did it.
Hooray! Turns out when you're not wearing armor, you can pass a stealth check.
Alright. Da-da. See. I think that's yeah, I think that's like a success for everybody but Aski this time. Ooh, I will up the
Alas.
counters. Um, set. And Vegas. All right. So, you pull away from the Bristle Inn, and your wagons travel along the southern edge of the forest, avoiding the forest for the most part and sticking to the road. Eventually, your wagons come to a stop at the end of a river. It's formed out into a very, very, like, small, like, riverbed. But it makes for a good camp for the night.
Is that nice clean water?
Do you have any downtime activities planned?
Cooking!
There was one thing. Vanya is gonna seek out Charlotte real quick.
Alright.
Yeah, Charlotte is just rearranging her deck as always.
Just like sitting at a campfire or something.
Yep.
Yeah, Vanya's gonna just unceremoniously plop herself down next to Charlotte. So, about the cards you do.
Yes.
You can't do what that pool could do, right?
That scrying, no, unfortunately I cannot.
Okay. Alright, that's all I needed to know. Thank you. She's
Did
gonna
you
sit there twiddling her thumbs, sitting there.
Did you want a reading for divination?
Nah,
With next to... Oh, right.
not really. There's no real... Well... Nah, no, it's okay.
Alright.
If anything, I was thinking if we're being followed by Yuri, but... That's just my paranoia speaking.
Unfortunately,
But
I
you'd have to target
could,
or something.
but... Well, it's essentially I ask a question, and it could be vague or not. I could ask about Yuri visiting in the next week.
I doubt we've come. I don't want to test luck or fate or whatever. Don't do it. It's fine.
Then I won't.
My luck doing something like that will end up encouraging him or something.
That's what I'm worried about.
Speaking of, though, how long ahead of time? You said a week, roughly?
1 week, 7 days exactly.
No, I don't know any other questions, really. Okay. It's very useful.
Alright. It is, but I don't think it's something we can rely on because
Oh, no, I don't think we should, but it's just a useful skill.
you have to ride fate sometimes, as much as it sucks. I am curious. Do you believe that your life is fated out for you, or if it's just everything is your choice and everything happens isn't destined, just happenstance?
So, for the interest, you should know that apparently they know everything, right?
Yes.
So, if something knows everything, then everything has its root, right?
Yes.
There's your answer.
I see.
If it's all known, then it's predetermined.
That's something I'll have to think on, but thank you for that.
Wait, thank you? Genuine look of confusion.
Sorry, it just...
I've been called really nihilistic for that. You're the first person
I
to
just
thank
don't want to sound
me
like
for that.
sacrilege. I just feel like it's an easy thing to say for people who fulfill their needs or find their closure.
Do you honestly think my life's going in a direction that I've found any sort of closure?
See, that's the thing about fate. Fate, you're either destined to never get that, you are destined to get that, you're destined to get that at a price.
Okay.
See, I didn't think of, originally I thought fate, we're all fated for something, but when the Invader War happened, people just died in that war without being, raising a blade or getting what they want. They just died. Is that fate to just you're going to die suddenly, unexpectedly, and there's
That's
nothing.
life.
Ignoring the wall.
Did you say that out loud, Vegas?
Yes.
I just feel like it's easy to say fate when so many things happen to you.
Yeah, ignoring the wall, people fall off the causeway every day, probably. And it's pretty high up. That just happens randomly. Accidentally.
Children die days after birth. It's... My mother, when I told about my thoughts on it, seemed very surprised by that.
The wheel keeps on turning.
It does. But I understand everyone's different. I'm not judging, it's just... I don't really believe in fate. It's just... It's like a survivor's bias or something when it happens.
One can know everything, still appreciate all the options that lay open. Having a full view of those does not necessarily guarantee a particular outcome one way or another.
Yeah, I just don't want
He
to
said,
feel like...
looking up from like a drawing that she's working on.
I
I
mean,
always held the belief that fate is never predetermined until you make it predetermined. Once you divine the future, once you try and see ahead, then that path is written. But until then, it is yours to take as you wish.
In a state of superposition until observed. My dad used to go on about that all the time.
It just happens.
I never really talked about it because it's a weird thing to talk about with people because it's either yes or no. Not much of that.
Yes or no is. Yeah. They haven't put too much thought in it.
I feel like the determination of fate and free will is much more than just a yes or no question.
I guess. I think I should stop with the philosophy right now. I meant to only ask Vanya. Now you've all joined in, and it's overwhelming me.
Well, if you're just going to chat while I'm serving food, then I'm just going to join in.
Sorry.
While
No.
Charlotte's looking at the rest of the group, Vanya is gonna have used disguise self to look like Charlotte, and is just kind of yapping wordlessly next to her.
Oh, like in sync with what Charlotte's saying.
the weird little hand motions and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Charlotte will notice that. Point.
Points back.
Speak exactly in my tone as you can.
What, do you
I'm
want one
gonna
of us to
roll a
turn around and you guys to swap
performance
places?
check here, because I don't think
I
that's gonna
have
go
enhanced
well.
ability.
No, Jade,
And I
use your
will
most
aid
insulting
it.
impression.
I cannot do a Norman impression. Don't make me.
Do a Charlotte impression.
So enhance ability on Vanya because I want to see.
So Fox is cunning, I think.
It's charisma, so
Eagle
Fox.
Splendor.
No, Eagle Splendor.
So it was that disadvantage? I no, you put me on the spot. I personally am not doing an impression
No.
here.
You could just roll like to see if you get exactly a Charlotte.
Oh, that's not awful.
GM's call. It's a 15.
15? It's not bad. You can tell it's an impression.
Charlotte's gonna say, "Oh God, is that what I sound like?"
She's gonna reach for one of the cards for a second. Just kind of hold it up and blep. You do that too, and then swaps back.
Oh.
It passes the card back.
You know when you record your voice and listen to it, and you're like, "Huh? That's Charlotte right now."
Like, wait, that's what I sound like?
I'm sorry, everybody. I didn't know.
I heard my voice and it was annoying.
I'm gonna run out.
But yeah, she's gonna drop for disguise. I'm getting better with that, and I like it. Tomorrow, I think I'm gonna copy. She's just kind of squinting and looking at the group, and then goes silent. Side-eyed.
Smirks.
I can start walking around on my knees if you'd like.
Oh, like the Tim Conway dwarf bit.
There's a narrowing of Vanya's eyes as she gets up and just walks into the mammoth and closes the door.
What did I do?
No, from Iggy. From Iggy.
Oh.
Pokes her head out of the wagon, points at her eyes, and then points at Iggy with like a look of frustration, and the door slams.
You're short. I'm just pointing out that you're short.
Muffled screeching from inside the wagon.
I guess she has a short temper about it.
Aspen.
Sorry, I had to make a small joke.
Aspen!
Aspen, you're on fire
From
tonight.
inside the wagon. Call for a Murray!
I'm just making a little fun.
Oh, I give up.
Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
It's good.
You sound very confident that you're going to be waking up tomorrow.
Oh, she loves me. It's fine.
Dubious little creature.
Alright. Anything else for the day?
That's me.
I don't think I have anything.
Alright. Vanya,
Oh boy.
can I get a perception check? Hey, that's pretty good.
Oh boy, music change.
Oh no.
You hear, in the middle of the night, you were awoken suddenly, by the sound of a howl in the distance.
Gonna peek outside.
It's pretty dark. You mostly see, just the tree line that your wagons have parked a decent distance away from. Closer towards the river and the open plains.
Carefully. Not to wake anybody. Clambering out of the back and then up onto the wagon.
So up on top of the wagon, you said?
So yeah, so out the back door and then up onto the wagon's top if she can.
Okay. Easy enough. Give me another perception check. With a 26, you could just make out the smallest, faintest form of what looks to be like a young wolf near the tree line. And when I say young wolf, I mean a feral wolf.
Just for now, gonna go flat down to the roof as best I can and just kind of make myself as flat as possible.
Okay.
So trying to not, well, hide from anyone below the wagon, basically. And just keep watching said wolf.
All right. You just
They're wearing a cloak and a metal mask.
Right.
They're just staring off in its direction, trying to keep
Just-
eyes on it.
Yeah.
All right. How long do you sit there?
Until it either gets closer or maybe 10 minutes.
All right. Well, after about 10 minutes, it has
Yeah.
not moved.
She's going to squirm so she can get to the window and then tap on it sort of forcefully for
Mhm.
the rest of the people inside the wagon.
So you're trying to wake up the rest of the people
Yeah.
inside the wagon? This is the mammoth, right?
Yeah, so it's Aspen, Iggy, Uski.
Okay. Perception checks from Aspen, Ignatius, and Niski. See if you hear
boy.
Vanya's tapping.
Okay, what is it with me and perception?
Okay. Ski and Ignatius, you are awoken by tapping on the window. Aspen, you're just hibernating.
Aspen is way too heavy to be woken up by that.
Aspen sleeps like I sleep.
Like the dead, then. Gonna motion for someone in there to open the window.
Ignatius will pick up on the quiet vibes and tiptoe his way over to the window and unlatch and open it.
There's a wolf that's been watching camp. Not a person wolf, an animal.
A horizontal, not a vertical.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you think? It's another one of Yucatan's little pets?
I don't know, I could go look. But I figured waking you guys up first was better than what I did last time.
I'm going to put my armor on while you do this.
Okay.
It
Just
will
be getting
take a
woken
bit.
up.
Alone. Not alone.
Oh yeah, Ignatius will give Aspen a thump on the forehead with their finger.
Yeah, Uski, if you wanna come along.
A ski will
Aspen-
struggle, but we'll get up.
Aspen kind of like looking over the scene, like Iggy armoring up and stuff, and just kind of like rolls out of bed, having been like cuddling the axe like a teddy.
On the down low, we're not sure if something's happening yet. I'm just as a precaution.
One of you get ready to warn the other wagon, that's all. And then once Uski's out there with her kind of prowling towards it, hand near the new fancy dagger.
Okay. Give me another perception check.
I see everything. Paranoia is powerful.
26. At some point during your communications with the rest of the party, you take your eyes off of it for just a moment, and it's gone.
It's gone. Okay. Never never mind, I guess. I'll stay awake for a little longer and check.
How long was it there?
About 10 minutes before I got a little too paranoid.
Then it must not have wanted to be followed.
Yeah, Vanya scrambles in to the wagon and starts making a coffee so she can stay up for the rest of whatever's left of the night.
All right.
Ignatius will offer to stay up with her as well.
Aspen too.
Nah, just rest. It'll be okay. So
I already put the pants on.
Fine. And I'm sure you can take them back off.
Yeah, pretty good.
You're fine.
Look, it's
Iggy
better
will
than what
doff his
happened in
armor.
Louvain. I actually said something this time.
I'm going to go back to bed, but poke me if it turns up again.
Slap you. Got it.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
She's gonna be on watch for the rest of the night, sat on top of the wagon.
All right. You sit up atop the wagon, your eyes pretty much focused now on this tree line, just trying to even spot the smallest bit of movement, while also keeping your ears perked for any more howling. And hours go by, and you don't see anything occur. Eventually, the sun does come up, and the darkness of the night begins to fade away. You will have 1 point of exhaustion. Everyone else can benefit from a long rest if you need to take one.
I'm still full up.
Oh, yeah, apply exhaustion.
If I get to click the long rest button, I click the long rest button.
Oh, there it is.
Here, Vanya,
Just
you
love
can have
pushing
my long
buttons.
rest.
Vegas did the sleeping for me. It's fine.
Exactly. You ever see somebody so well rested that you yourself feel kind of well rested?
Those people
Yes.
make me angry.
Yeah. Go to sleep. Normally.
I don't want to hear about it. Both you and Dante can fall asleep within like 5 minutes of being in bed.
I
Yeah.
fall asleep quick,
What the
but I'm
fuck?
a
That's not
very
fair.
light sleeper.
I
Yeah,
can do
no.
that too.
I
Yeah.
fall asleep fast and I stay asleep. Across from my house, there used to be a factory that made batteries. That exploded once. There were police outside. They were almost gonna evacuate the area. The windows were rattling. I slept through the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah, like within 5 minutes, they were both snoring, and I'm like, that's not fair. I'm so
It's
upset.
so unfair.
It's
It's so unfair.
either one or the other for me. Either I fall asleep in 5 minutes or it takes like 50.
It usually takes me like an hour or two.
The only time I fall
D&D
asleep
is a game where we
under-
get to live out our fantasies of fighting dragons and clearing dungeons and
Getting
being able
8
to
hours of sleep
Yeah.
and being
I
rested.
only fall asleep within like 10 minutes if I'm taking a nap. And I never wake up feeling rested from a nap. Never.
Alright. Well, the rest of the party, including the ones that were awoken last night, find Vanya still up on top of the wagon.
Just kind of
Oh, I assume nothing happened?
leaning forwards and drifting off and opening her eyes
Got you
again.
up there.
Paranoia, I guess I saw a wolf, heard a wolf, it watched us for a little while, and then vanished when I was going to investigate it with a ski. I did wake everyone up in this wagon, but I didn't want to wake the whole camp, just in case.
I think we should try getting to the causeway as quick as possible.
especially if we're being watched. Yes.
Would just be a dog.
It might have been, but our luck in Arneria with wolves was not good. So
Would I know enough, like, to know if this is like regular wolf behavior? Is there gonna be like an animal handling check or something?
It's from the way Vanya described it, it didn't seem super abnormal. Vanya heard a howl and saw a wolf like watching from like the edge of like the tree line.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. It could have just been a regular animal, who knows? Either way, we should probably not be wasting time regardless.
Onwards.
Southward.
On we go.
to drain Zoa's part of all their potions. And swiftly falls asleep on the inside of the wagon.
With some distance to spare, just barely. So, the wagons roll over towards the border between Alamance and Arneria. This is the beginning of the causeway, this massive, sort of like a bridge, but is mostly a wall that is quite generous in width, but seemingly endless in length. Just getting a glance at it from here, you can see it stretching across the Strait of Glass, connecting both the land bridges between Alamance and Arneria. And let's see, I have not gotten to the Arnerian playlists so much yet, so may take me a second to cycle. That was a little too different. Haven't cycled any of these, so they're all at max volume. I apologize. Nope. Okay.
That was the desert song for when it's hot out and yellow shaders on the screen.
The Mexico
Finally,
filter?
portable
That's what
Mexico.
Mexico filter,
That's
yeah.
how you're
The
able
Mexico
to tell apart
filter?
the Batyan from the Bailey.
Yeah.
Mexico
Finalmente,
filter, yeah.
Mexico
Beast
portable.
Bailey filter.
Alright, let me grab.
Hey, let the audience know you're in Mexico.
The jungle filter is slightly more green, right?
Jungle filter is
Okay.
actually blue.
I believe
Oh,
you
really?
all have made your way to Soursport before, if only temporarily.
For like a few hours.
Yes, your last stop there was, I believe, to gather a little bit of supplies and then continue your way. I believe it was towards Dole.
Yep.
But now you are planning to actually venture across the causeway itself. I don't know if I've got the pictures for that, but I will see if I've got it on here.
I dropped one in Discord, but it's tiny. Probably
So yeah, there. That is the
Yeah.
causeway. It stretches very high up and all the way across. There are buildings built within it and on top of it. But for the most part, it is a stretch of highway, essentially is the best way to put it.
And we can see this from Surisport.
Yes,
You're on it.
it goes into the jungles of the Batyan and kind of disappears a bit out of sight. It you could like slightly still see it on the horizon. Like it still goes for a distance.
Wait, this is the
Yep.
bridge? I thought this was just more town.
What
Oh
if we
no,
took
that's the bridge.
What if we took the old London Bridge and just like built it through the jungle and across the desert?
Yeah, I told you, it's big.
You have to understand I did not have any concept of how big.
It goes all the way to the other side of Arneria. Literally.
Smaller the last time I was here. See that building complex over there? I think that burnt down and got rebuilt.
Ignatius, I think you were the last person that was in Soursport, and it wasn't a great time exactly.
Yeah, before
Sudden-
that.
I suddenly have a strange longing for the tunnel market.
Hey,
It's like-
Aspen,
Duh.
do you feel weird about being on bridges over water?
Not so much. They don't move.
I see.
Well, they shouldn't move.
No, it's pretty sturdy.
All right. Your crew makes it into Soursport, and it is bustling with activity right now. The market area that has been set up on the far end is very welcoming. Definitely a mix of some Arnerian and Alamance goods being exchanged here and there, as well as the addition of many travelers coming and going. Seems to be a decent number of travelers coming into Alamance from Arneria than Alamance into Arneria. What would you like to do?
I am searching for somewhere to buy potions.
Looking for potions?
I'm kind of just following Vanya.
Okay. Give me investigation.
May I help with that?
I should be fine.
Yeah, Vanya has it. With Dirty 20, you are able to locate a local Ligonian sloth who is selling various potions, mostly trying to get the attention of delving crews. Big surprise. So you are flagged down quite literally as you were happened to be looking for said potion merchant.
Easiest mark this merchant has ever met.
Yeah. Let's see. They have on hand. Let's see. 7 basic healing potions. And 3 graders.
Total, what are we talking there? What, 2,000-3,000?
Are you wanting to buy all of it?
Yeah, just take the whole stock.
Let's see. So,
I'm inflicting maths on you.
yes, you are.
Don't worry, it's about to be thrown on me when I have to lower our goal.
Okay, so you're buying the 3 graders and the 7 lesser healing potions.
Yeah.
Alright, it'll be 1,100 gold.
Yeah, done. There's no negotiating. She just buys them.
Okay. Where do you want me to drop those?
In the treasure for
Alrighty.
now.
And then we'll probably spread them out later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What did you say? How much was that again? Sorry.
1,100.
Okay, it barely detonated us.
The shocker.
28k. Yeah, down to.
Going to find.
Oh, mother, may I get my allowance? I only have a pittance of 12 gold.
A pittance of 12 gold.
That's almost enough to buy bread with.
Right? Actually, though, it's closer than your last guess.
12 gold, and I still can't afford a carton of eggs.
Too real, go.
I am struggling.
You seen the price of grain?
While we're on that subject, though, actually, everyone add 100 gold to their sheets.
Sick.
Yay.
How much?
100.
From what?
It's from the treasure. I'm lowering that now.
Making sure we all got some more rain money.
Pretty
The
much.
allowance thing was supposed to be a joke, but I'm not going to turn it down.
It's better than us constantly dipping into the. I mean, we're going to anyway, but like this should cover a little bit.
As though I don't have enough gold on my person already to make my knees bend like barrel staves.
I lowered the amount again for that. So I think before we are going to be violent anytime soon, that'll be when we dish the potions around.
Alright.
If we get jumped, we get jumped. We'll deal with that later.
So true.
Okay. Looking for anything else while you are here in Soursport?
Supplies. Though I think being on the causeway, we should be fine. Yeah, we're good until the next two towns, like Calabil, probably when we'll.
I assume there's sections of the causeway that are just like bridge, not all built up like that.
Oh yeah, but there's actual towns on this thing,
Yeah.
so yeah, we should be fine before we need to resupply anytime soon.
Alright. So nothing else immediate from Soursport.
Not from me.
Okay. Can I get group perception checks?
Uh-oh.
Doing decent in these for once.
I mean, it's not good, but it's better than the last couple of perception checks I rolled.
I see nothing.
Iggy perceived for once. Something's going
Iggy
wrong.
I
did
know,
perceive.
right?
I'm having an off day, she said, still rolling a 15.
Plus 10's cheating. She says.
This is appropriate. Ignatius and Vanya, two of probably some of the most paranoid people in the party.
Excuse me?
I said two of. As you were moving through the port and making your way further along the causeway, both of you do notice that at some point you do get the feeling that there's somebody that is tailing you. You notice that there is a very elegantly cloaked figure keeping distance, but seemingly keeping pace with your wagons.
Don't like that.
Throw a banana peel out the back.
Mario Kart rules.
Going to kind of sidle up next to Iggy. You see them, right?
Yeah, not sure what we should do about them, though.
They're on foot, duo.
Correct.
And we just arrived with like little travel time left, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
think I'll go tell the other wagon. Keep an eye on them.
And we settle down for the night and maybe wait and see if they approach us. I'm with it.
Going to plop off the side of the wagon, scurry over to the other one, and the most observant person on that wagon sit next to a set and in voiceless speech, but make it look like she's showing and actively show some pages from the monster journal thing just to add to the.
There's something very funny to me about using voiceless speech on someone with ears that big.
Right.
So I've heard.
Exactly. Both of them sat there, big, massive ears. Neither of them talking. She's gonna relay the "we're being followed." Elegant-looking cloak. Pay attention to them, but don't stare at them. You know the deal.
Any further details on what they look like?
That's all we could really make out. We're just being followed. Just a quick thanks for the tips. Very badly hop off the wagon, scuttle back over to the other wagon.
All right.
Was it just one of them, or did you see anyone else?
Just one.
Noted.
I could go get closer.
Think you can sneak that?
If I think really hard about it, probably.
Watching us closely.
Gonna hop down again. This is more of an incidental, sort of accidental thing narratively, but gameplay-wise, it's gonna be funny. She's gonna slip down and I'm gonna cast invisibility. And then try and sneak over to them.
Okay. Let's see.
It probably just give me, I think it's advantage.
Advantage on stealth checks, yeah.
Whew. Look.
Yeah. Invisible and like crowds of people. Pretty hard to notice. You do have to put in a little bit extra effort not to be stepped on by the people who clearly can't see you.
Yeah, of course.
Ignatius was like
Oh,
probably
stealth is a
actively
liability.
tracking her, and she just vanished from view. Fuck me.
Alright.
Literally.
Vanya, just give me a perception check. See if you can spot this person again.
Don't fail me now.
18. As you are like making your way backwards in the direction you saw them, you do eventually see them again. And getting a little bit closer, you recognize this figure as the brethren woman you saw at the tavern. She has been following you.
Keeping distance, I'm going to use the party sending stone. It's the brethren woman from the wagon. I'm going to confront them.
What in the hell does she want?
Going to give a generalized location of where I am so they can see her. And then, still invisible, caught sight of us at Bristle Inn and thought we were interesting.
You just saying this?
Yeah, still invisible.
Okay. Let's see.
Kind of behind to the left of them, basically.
Where is this? Oh, yeah. She turns around, looks in your general direction, and then She will cast Dispel Magic and remove your invisibility.
Having not realized she was even invisible. Huh. Well, anyway, hi.
You.
Me.
This is a little inconvenient.
Uh-huh. Why are you following us?
Not all of you. This is not the place.
Mhm.
She's glancing back towards the wagons, which I imagine have stopped.
Probably.
Yeah, going much slower. Trying to find a good place to pull off and not just leave them behind.
Why don't we go over there?
As you wish, little Marine.
Vanya.
Kira.
Ooh, pretty name.
She seems to have a very somewhat stern tone in general demeanor, but she doesn't seem too off-put by the fact that you came towards her first.
Yeah. Can I tell if she was looking for anyone on the wagons in particular?
Insight.
Ugh.
You have no idea.
Well, let's get over there. Oh, you're probably gonna have upset some of us.
The feeling will be mutual.
Oh, wait, before we... Who?
Your scaled friend.
Genuine head tilt of confusion. Okay.
Again, not here.
Uh-huh. Right, well, kind of grabs hand, willingly or not, and starts walking towards the wagon.
She kind of like rolls her eyes but follows along.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, you all are greeted with Vanya returning, and following in tow, behind her, is this brethren woman.
Very quickly, Charlotte will say to Vegas, "So, Vegas, when I did that donation, you being approached, it wasn't exactly clear by your challenger."
This isn't my next match.
Oh,
Hey, let's all go into the mammoth real quick. All of us.
Eh,
very well.
Alright. Kira follows you in.
Ignatius would like to get
Mhm.
first dibs at Kira.
Oh, we're all going in the wagon at the same time.
Not very...
He's gonna get right into the swing of things once everyone's entered.
a little cramped for this many people.
Well, you decided to walk up on us. So, you know.
Wasn't expecting you all to act so quickly.
We're observant. What can I say? And I get the feeling you and I have a mutual friend.
That may be debatable, depending on who you're speaking of.
I'm just making insinuations at this point. Just like to know why you're here.
What are you doing here?
Well, it was my job to track any possible Silverclaw movement, glancing in Ignatius's direction.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Vanya was gonna speak up, then thinks better of it and just leaves it to Iggy.
You are Silverclaw, are you not?
As much as I'd like to say no, I am indeed.
Hmm. You are not. You are Silverclaw by name, but I
Let
sense
alone, yes.
some hesitancy. Take it trouble with your family.
Yes, I'm not partial to the family business.
Well, that makes this easier. Only somewhat, though. I was given a descriptive detail, one matching your own, for a silver paladin that was venturing through Aurea that killed a group of my friends.
Fuck. Ignatius will look immediately uncomfortable.
You did what?
When I was traveling in a band with my ventures in the north.
Don't be so coy, you were defending a Silverclaw convoy. With feral essences, of course.
Yes, no, I was, and I killed several brethren.
She's just basically staring at you at this point.
Likewise.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try and justify this. I was with them and had to maintain appearances.
Instead of just sitting back, eyebrows raised, but just smoking the fucking cigarette.
You couldn't have told us you did this?
Didn't seem prudent at the time.
Not prudent.
Sort of, why could something like that bite us in the ass?
If I remember correctly, we lost, I want to say, a half a dozen. The goal was to disrupt the convoy, possibly destroy the goods that they were transporting to Severport. I was not a part of the convoy, but I've heard of the defense from some of the survivors, and details of those amongst the convoy were given out. Among them was a well-known feral prowler by the name of Aiden, who I believe is now dead.
During transit through the Strait of Glass, I met with a brethren and assisted with killing him.
Wait, the feral, not the brethren?
The feral. He's still alive and well, hopefully.
You taught us about that bit. All the glory, none of the shame.
Iggy, you really need to be open about the things you're doing because
Glares daggers at Charlotte with that line.
I.
Well,
What can he do to help you, Kira?
not so much help me, but help us. Baptiste will want to speak with you at some point.
Charlotte perks up at that.
Jog my memory. Was that the fella with the bow?
No. That was a name given kind of recently, I believe, to Charlotte.
I was told to go seek Baptiste. And I apologize for previous encounters from my friend. But we do want to help. We mean no harm.
Well, Baptiste is always up for more information that will give us an edge against the Silver Claws and the Ferals.
I would like to make this right. Anything you need.
I'm curious, you said you met with another. Here on the Strait of Glass, no less.
Yes, I ran into him during an excursion to the port. I was traveling with the Commodore, attempting to reconvene with my friends in the south.
Your friends being...
He'll thumb towards the rest of the group.
Okay. Just double checking.
During which I encountered a fellow, mask, large bow, and we organized something. I got Aiden onto the deck of the ship. He was shot with an arrow, and I dumped his body into the ocean.
Well, there's only one person I know that can do something like that. So, the fact that he didn't kill you, I guess, somewhat vouches for you.
I know it's outward, but he has done a lot to help out against the Ferals in general. We all have, really.
I take no pride in what my family is doing, nor what I have done in the past.
We have put a stop to an operation of the Ferals a little while back.
Really now? She's kind of like
yes.
getting more comfortable, just kind of like leaning against one part of the wagon.
In Portaventura, we destroyed some warehouses and put delay to some of their operations.
There was
You all were about to have a lot of trouble in Arneria before we got involved.
We had considered warning you as planned, but instead decided to intercept. And it seems we had fortunately succeeded.
Do you know of... Wait, did we get the name of... Was Samira's name?
Yes.
Do you know of someone called Samira? Of trade... not... motions towards...
Desert fox like me.
Desert Volpine.
I've heard of the name. I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
She was there too. She helped us... Well, we didn't know she was there, but she
was infiltrating among the Ferals.
managed to clear up an entire factory by herself.
Sounds familiar, but I will have to say I am impressed. We heard rumors of a delving crew that had messed with the Ferals' operations, but we weren't exactly certain who or how many. So the fact that I happened to stumble across all of you, and there's a coincidental tie between you and your friend here, gesturing to Ignatius, this seems like a very well packaged bow on a perfect gift. And just so you're aware, we were planning to not intercept, but move the operations that we had out of the Sakis. We were aware of the impending attack.
Are they still there?
We are no longer in the Sakis. The Brotherhood has moved to safer locations.
where, if we're planning to meet Baptiste, where must we go?
Baptiste will summon you when he needs you. I will definitely pass along the word, especially if you're planning to have a forlorn stay within Arneria.
We were going to the Sekis first.
Well, if you are going there to look for any remaining Brotherhood, you won't find them, but feel free.
One of us has company there, so we want to at least look.
Mm-hmm.
That is fair.
I am truly sorry this is how we had to run into one another.
It's just very amusing in hindsight.
I'm glad you've got such a bright view on it.
Yes, well, if you think that the Pharaoh's invasion into Arneria were bad, they've been here for a bit.
And we are ready to assist in their removal.
That might be as much as we wish for that to happen sooner rather than later. It is going to be a difficult task. They are very dug in multiple places. Some of which are not fully disclosed to us that we haven't discovered yet. The Arnerian desert is vast.
Southern desert.
Yes, somewhere in the desert, the Warden has a prison where he has been transferring brethren and other dissidents.
Very well.
How would, I guess, so we don't have another awkward follow-up like this. Are all of your agents, Reverend?
Not all, but most. If you've run into Samira, you would know that not all.
I wasn't entirely sure.
No. Sometimes sometimes Baptiste will search for less favorable measures, but ones that feel needed.
What do you mean less favorable?
Sometimes we have to consort with more criminal types, if you will.
Like the Thieves' Army?
Not particularly the Thieves' Army, though their allegiance is kind of iffy.
To themselves?
To themselves, they're loyal, but to
Well,
others...
That's what I mean. Yeah, they're out for themselves. Well, I mean, we've been messing with the Ferals since a while back in Dole, so...
So you've been at this for a while.
They made it personal.
Oh god, how long has it been?
6 months thereabouts.
6, maybe 8, around there.
We do know that some of their leadership has been slightly disruptive. They've somewhat split up again after their initial rendezvous within Pristana.
We were there for that.
We do know that some of their higher-ranking members were also captured and detained, which, if you were responsible for, we greatly appreciate.
I'm
Sure,
quite
I'll take
aware,
a look
yes.
On that.
What was that, Vera?
I'm quite aware, yes.
Well, they have been keeping operations going for the most part, but we have tabs everywhere we can. Agents trying to disrupt them here and there. Gesturing to Ignatius. Your brother and companion you ran into, he is currently in Vigneau, causing more disruptions as he needs.
It is a pleasure to hear. Ruining the family business brings me a lot of happiness these days.
Oh, good. Because the Silver Claws are trying to set up shop here in Arneria.
Do you know where? Or just everywhere?
Last we heard, they were trying to get a entry point into Lantern Bay.
Okay.
That's for sorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It would give them a port pretty accessible towards the causeway. Would allow them to distribute their goods more discreetly, if you will.
Well, after some personal errands, I think we could check.
How do you guys feel about visiting Lantern Bay? I feel like that'd be a good visit right now.
Well, you'll have to get past the fort first. They are very stingy at the moment. They are turning away many people without any form of proper documentations for their time spent in Arneria.
That's worrisome.
It's not great. Your delvers, do you have any kind of dungeon leads?
Not right now.
We could pretend we do.
To pretend without documents?
We could forge.
Mm-hmm.
I do know a little bit of forgery, and I'm quite familiar with Silverclaw documentation.
Vanya's pretty good at forging.
Eyes perking up at you again. You are full surprises for a Dramphinian.
I did a lot of paperwork when I was regretfully part of the issue. And I may have learned a thing or two about forging my father, mother, brother, sister's signatures.
Your extensive family is quite problemsome.
Oh, yes. I have 400 years of experience with that.
Well, I'll say your family. Most of your family, at least.
Most?
You mentioned mother, father, brother, and sister. We're, for the most part, we're only aware of a few who are engaged within these activities. I believe your sister is not involved.
That is a relief to hear. I certainly knew about the rest of them, but small penance, pittance, whatever, I suppose. Still, I do hope to be of service in this matter.
Of course. If you truly want to help us and get your meeting with Baptiste, then you should do your best to try and find the location for this prison. Don't attack it yourself. As amusing as that would be, you will need help. So, once you have the location, you should bring it to us.
I have these little paper birds. They could get a message to you, but it'd take a while.
That will work. Very discreet.
So-
Since you seem to be in the know, the Ferals are well aware of my allegiance at this point, but how inherently tied to one another are the Ferals and the Silver Claws? Would my immediate family be aware of what I'm up to at this point? I've sort of tried to vanish from their view.
We unfortunately don't have any spies in the Silver Claw network. So, that
It was
is
worth asking.
a great fog to us at the moment. But in your search, we know that the prisoners, for the most part, are being transported through the desert, where there is no real way to track them, which is why it is very difficult. There is another brethren ally of ours, loosely associated with the Brotherhood, who has been very much trying to locate the fort on her own. Much to Tom's disagreement. But if you're able to find her, you might be able to figure out where the fort is. She's been hunting for it longer than the rest of us have. Her name's Tessa.
I'm not going to have anyone else chasing after me trying to kill me, am I?
I will make sure to send word along. Your travels should be fine, so long as you, don't kill any more brethren.
Ignatius will have just the most awkward... Yeah, okay.
Well, this has been a lot more productive than I was expecting it to be. Do you have any other questions for me? I have other places to be.
Guess not.
How are you?
I'm here.
Feel that.
Can relate, I suppose.
But in all seriousness, do you have any inquiries? This is your time.
I have nothing I need to know at this moment.
What is it? This is just a curiosity. What does it take to join the Brotherhood?
You would need to talk to Baptiste about that.
see.
His initiation process is not always the same for everyone. It depends on one's capabilities. Everyone has the ability to join, but they have to have the commitment to it.
Makes sense.
Anything else?
Do we have any sort of signs or notable marks that we should look out for that she'll quickly like sketch out a more Bailick sort of thieves' cant sort of a marked house or something, you know, that sort of mark, and just be like anything, you know, your own sort of code.
Well, we don't go about waving banners or anything like that, but we do have some specific sigils that can be identified if you know where to look. And she'll, like, quickly, like, scribble down some kind of brethren symbol. It is interesting in that it sort of looks like a hooded figure, but with one eye.
Gotcha.
Music order from Papers, Please.
Eh. Cobra stand.
Well, that's all I needed to know. Keep an eye out then.
Alright, well, again, try to find Tessa. She will be the one that will most likely lead you to wherever the prison is. Do be careful. She's a hothead and kind of does things herself. So, good luck finding her.
Description.
Yes, what does she look like?
Short, slightly reddish pink hair. She's usually decently armored. Red scarf. She is quite hard to miss sometimes. Dramatic, that one.
Makes stand out. Gotcha.
Yes, which is slightly problematic as well, because it also means the Ferals have been looking for her.
Mm-hmm.
You can only kick the hornet's nest so many times.
Found out how.
Alright, well, I'll leave the rest for you to figure out then. Being seeing you.
Greater.
Very well. Safe travels.
Yeah, and Greater Arnerian, just be seeing you.
Do take care.
Kira just walks out of the wagon. And we will go on our slightly delayed break. So you can all come back and grill Iggy.
Only slight.
Yeah, I need a drink. I'll be right back.
I take it to the repair shop just to make sure that the SSD can get used. What is test? You hear me? Hello?
I return. Why did Duo share Kane? What's going on here? Oh, provided not.
Yeah.
It caught up to me very quickly. I'd like for it to be known if Priest is there that we have baby bells because of Priest.
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
Me and Dante have baby bells because of you.
Ah. Oh, fuck, now I want some and I don't have any.
They do that to you, don't they? I literally bought some the next day after you said you were having them.
I always try to ration them out and I never do.
I'm doing surprisingly good at it this time.
They're so small and bingeable, and horrifically bad for you if you do.
I want the adult bell. I want the mother bell.
That's just a wheat cheese, like, that's just a cheese wheel.
Yes.
I think there's a Costco nearby you could go to.
Yeah, you can get a whole wheel of Parmigiano Reggiano, 72 pounds. Oh, that's $949.
Yeah, I'm not shocked. For Norman, if Norman here. They actually made the suplex moment from Final Fantasy VI into one of the magic cards. I would have been disappointed if they didn't. It's not actually a bad card either, Dante, if you look.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Ha
You see it? I thought you'd appreciate
ha ha.
that.
So tomorrow
Yes.
I am running the final session of Leaving Aaron.
Been going
Wow.
good. Apart from the evil frogs.
Oh, the toads were nothing. I modified that to be easier.
Mm.
It's been shenanigans. It's been very unexpected shenanigans. It's going to be time to say goodbye.
It looks
I
like a
wasn't.
fun module.
It is. That's the toad thing's the one thing I'd modify. But Kel from Armstrong's group invited me to Leaving Aaron. I would absolutely play Belladonna, who is the most suitable character for
Uh-huh.
Leaving Aaron. But alas, my work schedule is a bastard. Because I would have so freaking done it.
Whoa.
The story of my life.
I might as well put it out there for you, though. In case it does somehow line up with you. I will be running a game in there soon. In the Beast World Discord, hopefully.
See, I have a
So,
campaign idea in
yeah.
mind, but I'm really afraid as soon as I start it, like work's gonna be like, "Hey, we changed your schedule again."
The way.
Like, I usually get Thursdays off, and they found out, oh, how you can work Thursdays, and they basically caught me with, oh, I could stay till 5, and now guess what? I work Thursdays now.
They
Not
got you with
into
the
game
trap.
time. Yep.
I threw up.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I don't know. I've just been feeling kind of bad all day. I guess that was that.
Shit.
Hopefully, whatever it was, you got it out of your system.
Maybe.
Sending the good vibes to everybody in a bad way. Seems a bit of a nasty night for folks.
Was that a Final Fantasy VI reference? That's funny.
It is. There's a whole set coming
Yeah.
out. Yeah. You got a
That's
fan on?
fun.
Or is your mic being bad?
Is this any better?
There's a lot of
You're kind of
background noise.
crackly.
Sorry, that's my AC unit. It's fucking hot in here. Hold on.
I know the struggle. I am fighting heat too.
Oh God, tell me about it. It has been hot as hell today, and fucking, I have a zit in my ear now.
Oh, man, that
Oh.
sucks.
Worst
You ever
place.
get the
Hell.
zits in your nose and you're like, eh?
No. I don't get those anymore.
Every time I get a
We should-
blemish in a place I shouldn't get blemishes, I say to myself, I'm going to fucking die of this illness.
Well,
But I don't, each time.
In today's episode of Beast World, the Malays.
The malaise indeed. You have mastered the cutting yourself off bit that I am so jealous of. By the way, the way you have like such finality to sentences is
It's true.
unparalleled
It's
amongst
wild.
the people I know. Literally unparalleled. I do not know anybody that can do it as well as that. And I hope you know every time it gives me the goofy smirk because it is a goofy thing, but it's amazing and I love it.
I'm here.
Welcome back.
I believe that is everyone.
Yes.
All right. So your new quote-unquote ally, Kira, has departed from the wagons, leaving the rest of you and your wealth of new information from both Kira and Ignatius fluttering about the room.
After letting a bit of silence float, she's just gonna stare at Iggy. So why the fuck did we have to find out about it like that?
I was ashamed that it happened. And I simply hoped against hope that it wouldn't come up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now it has. Look, I understand you were in a very tight spot, and I believe you not to be a pharaoh. But that was something that could have been brought up earlier.
I have nothing to contest that. No, the fault is entirely with me.
It's best we keep moving and just...
I'm surprised it went over that well with them.
Yeah, I would, It would be very hard to convince me to be talked down if my friends were killed by someone, and I may have to work with that person.
I think she saw it the same way I did, a grim necessity.
I'd rather we carry on from this. Going back to the Rio.
Vanya's
That'll be the party's decision, not mine.
stare won't exactly falter anytime soon, but she'll clamber out and onto the wagon, ready for the... Just because we're winding down for the evening, I'd imagine, right?
Yeah.
Leaving anything valuable in the wagon, she's just kind of going to lay up on top of the wagon.
All right. So you continue to travel the very short distance you have left. Yeah, it was not much.
Tiny.
May as well
You had
not
like
bother.
you had like 2
Did we
miles
move?
left.
Oh yeah, just a teensy
That's
bit.
when the horses run out of gas.
Yeah, they ain't got no gas in it. Yeah, so you continue a little bit further, but the draft horses do need to rest a bit. You have been told that the fort up ahead, I'm gonna butcher this name, Fort Tyriran? Tyriran?
Tyweaver.
Talaran?
Yeah.
Talaran?
Talaran?
Hararan is what I'd go with, yeah.
Cullen, please have pronunciation guides in the future update of Beast World.
They
It's-
normally do, but this one was
Yeah.
not in there.
I can ask a friend because the Batian's based on the Philippines, and I have a friend from the Philippines, so I'll run some
makes sense.
That'll
questions
work.
by.
I mean, in Tagalog, it would be something like Dawiran, but
Mhm.
Either way, you know that the fort is acting as a barrier of entry for those traveling through the causeway to enter into Arneria. And you've been told that they've been very stingy of late and require some documentation of business. So it might be worth hunting down a delving lead before you make your way fully to the fort.
Do we have any old delving leads on us at the moment?
No, I'm pretty sure we turn those in when we're done with them. Like paperwork wise.
I have some of Spec's handwriting. She kind of winces. I could give it a go.
don't two of you have family here?
I mean, if they're being as stingy as we've been told, then I doubt that will matter. But-
Surely they can't keep their own citizens out.
You'd be surprised what they can do.
I don't know about Batian, but Arneria, the Balik, I mean, they can be pretty strict.
You
I
think we
can-
can
I'm
find a
not
dungeon
exactly
lead on this
sure
bridge?
how we're supposed- Oh, almost certainly.
Probably.
I mean, I'm sure there's some sort of delving guild or meeting place. Maybe Farsoro?
We have to get past the fort first.
Right.
How much a place like this is trafficked, I'd be very surprised if there wasn't some kind of gathering spot for scouts.
You think SHL paperwork would get us in? Or at least
What if
pass?
we... Maybe. What if we staged a... No, would that...
I don't
would
think
you
we need
get
to
in
stage a
trouble if we
fight.
staged-
I think all I need to say is I need to cross through this way to get to my next match on time, which is that way. Right?
That would work.
Let's look for
I'll
the
talk
lead.
to my manager.
I mean,
And I'll
multiple
try-
ways in is always good. Have something to fall back on.
If we can't find an actual lead, I'll try and fake one.
We can try and fake one.
Sure. In fact, I'll just leave it to you, because apparently you know how to do a lot of things you haven't told us.
Yeah, alright, I deserve that one.
Other than the literal first night, most of us have been pretty transparent. I'm gonna shut up because I have opened my mouth too much, and she dives back into the wagon.
I mean, I'm thinking this. Maybe you do have a match coming up, and you have business in Farsoro. That probably
I don't
make you turn
know.
around for that, though. What
Let's
about?
just let everybody do what they want to do. I'll come in when you need me.
Yeah, I guess I'll try to help when I can.
Hey, can we get some more training in?
Yeah.
More training. Alright.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me your
Sure.
training rolls.
Iggy. A very tense lesson of voiceless speech.
Yeah, that's
And stealth.
Nate, I can't
Today
make that
we are
with a
going
D4.
to learn voiceless speech for fuck you.
Over and over and over again. Iggy getting extra stick across the back of the fires during the stealth checks too.
yeah, that's a 19 though.
That's good. The beatings helped.
The beating will continue until morale improves.
Right. So Aspen succeeds, Vanya succeeds.
I'm so close.
And then Ignatius also succeeds. Alright.
That's supposed to be a 4 out of 15, not a 43 out of 15.
Could you imagine?
You immediately gain expertise.
Transcend stealth.
Okay. So, you are still on the causeway, have not technically reached into Arneria just yet. Do you wish to just wind down for the night and maybe search for a lead in the morning? Or do you decide that you want to do anything before you turn in?
Before turning in, taking Iggy aside, just in case we can't find a lead, I'm gonna pull out what I assume is a poster and then the business card that has Spec's handwriting.
Oh boy.
And we're gonna try and falsify a lead just in case.
Okay.
So, what would this entail? I have a forgery kit and proficiency in it.
Let's see. It's been a hot second since this got used. I'll be under inventory.
Today, Jade wishes she was level 13. Level 9, I should say.
Let's see here. Small balls. Proficiency skill lets you add proficiency bonus to ability checks. Create a forgery. Okay. Does not specify the skill. Very interesting.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about.
Deception, maybe? Or hopefully a sleight of hand.
Yeah, tools make you like roll specific attribute with them. Usually, it does not specify them of their own.
Okay. We will go with deception for this.
Can I aid with this with an enhanced ability? Oh, it's already
okay.
handled.
I mean, you can if you like.
I will want to help. This is another Eagle Splendor. Do not mind the roll.
So what, I get advantage on the deception roll?
Yes.
Correct.
Fuck me running.
I mean,
An
saved from the
11's
worst.
Yeah, better than a nat 1.
15's not bad.
Not my best work. I haven't used this in a while, but it should do.
Signed in crayon.
I mean,
Notated by Iggy at the bottom.
it's for me, but I don't know if that's gonna cut it.
Patching
We'll
Svek's
find out.
name to a forgery.
It's fine.
If I had a real
Poor man.
dungeon lead, I'll have to copy one the next time we get one for future reference.
Mhm.
It's a bit difficult to just eyeball this.
It's a question. Where is this lead taking you?
Lantern Bay or Sekis? I feel like
No.
this is something we discussed.
We would probably want to say, just, I think for the freedom of this, it would be in between Sekis and somewhere, basically where the E is, where it says Balik of Arneria.
Where does this lead say we need to go? Middle of the fucking desert.
Sort of location.
Push comes to shove, I can just make another one for a different location.
I mean, that looks good to me.
Sure, just for appearance's sake.
We'll see if we can get a legit one from, you know.
I just
This-
wonder, do you think I could potentially pass for religious reasons?
I mean, if they're not letting people pass because they literally live in Arneria, they're not going to let someone pass for religious reasons, are they?
They wouldn't
know, I
believe
hate
that
to say
either,
it.
given your traveling companions.
I hate to say it, but maybe I could get on diplomatic reasons.
That sounds like that might invite more trouble.
There.
Yeah, hammer, glass.
Thought it was a brick.
Either works.
I'm willing to play it up if anyone thinks it will be useful, otherwise I will just keep quiet.
Probably quiet for the best. Let's go find an actual lead and hope for the best.
I guess in the very, very worst case, an option would be to head to the nearest city with a shard and teleport our way into a city in Arneria, but
That would only be
that's going to take
Storrow,
days upon
and
days.
that's going to require us to go all the way back to Louvain.
Too much time will
Yes,
be
that would
lost.
take ages.
It's the same distance. If they won't let us pass, then we've got to do it. That's just the way it is.
Oy.
All right.
Well, I mean, what's the worst that can happen if they find out it's forged? They say,
Hey.
sorry, this doesn't work?
Arrest us?
I know, I was
Arrest
joking.
us.
What crime would that be besides immediate forgery?
Fraud.
Forgery,
Fraud.
impersonation,
Yeah.
fraud.
But what if we have it that the scout or whoever forged it?
No.
No, as in, like, that's our excuse if they find out. Like,
Then
we're
they'd
just
wanna
new
know who the
jokers.
scout is, where they were from, where they were, who they were.
Yes, so we make someone up. Sure.
I mean, my first leader did that a bunch, just made up people.
It sounds like a way to get extra arrested.
Oh my god.
And what, they gonna hold us and have, like, they're gonna send a sending spell?
Probably.
Hope they
Let's,
don't.
let's just look for a legit lead. This is the last chance. This is our back pocket. Maybe we use this. Okay? I just wanted it
Okay.
done.
It's going to be so funny when we instantly encounter a scout, like the second we start looking the next day.
It would be even funnier if we encounter a dungeon where we said the dungeon was going to be in our fake lead.
Right?
We should become
We
scouts.
will it to existence.
Yeah, I think
The dungeon
dungeon
itself
listens
knows
like
we're
that.
talking shit.
Opens one in the fort just to fuck with us.
It'll be funny.
So,
We'll deal with that if you let us through.
There's a dungeon right behind you.
Buzz, look at Alien.
There's a dungeon in the room with us right
Props,
now.
the dungeon is actually right behind them.
Alright, so looking for a dungeon scout then.
yeah.
Go ahead and give me some investigation checks.
Can I help a set? She's just kind of tagging along with or
Mhm.
without a set's explicit permission here.
All
He was
right.
grumbling all the way through, but sure. Nat 20.
All right. With the natural 20, and Vanya's help, you make your way through the causeway as it starts to become a bit darker. The causeway lights up with lanterns and magical light sources, and it is still very lively, even at night, with people passing through. You do eventually catch wind that there is a special little meeting place just below the causeway in one of the lower compartments, essentially, where there are Delver taverns that meet up specifically between Alamance and Arneria. This is sort of like a hot spot where Delvers will exchange stories and sometimes trade items, and for the most part, acquire leads. It doesn't take you too long to find this tavern, as it is one of the more bustling areas beneath the causeway. And sure enough, as expected, there are several dungeon scouts about. One of interest that you notice is a gray equine individual who seems to be trying to give away a lead that's a bit further in Arneria, that some of the Delvers over here don't seem to be too particularly interested in, mostly because it is either just too far away or they happen to be going the opposite direction.
Looks to a set. Should we just grab it?
I say we go for it. The further in it is, the more of an excuse we have to just dilly-dally about to our own leisure.
Well, let's go get it.
And she's gonna approach.
Hey, are you Delvers, yes?
Correct.
I
You have a lead for us, correct?
Yes, I've been trying to get this lead out for some time, and it's just been difficult. That nobody wants to go this far out. It's closer to Kazmek Kozmik. Just yeah, just south. There has been note of giant subterranean worms that have been attacking merchants that have been traveling through the city.
Oh my god.
Part of the problem is that the dungeon is located somewhere around that area, but nobody can directly find it, because I think it might be buried under the sand.
What if it's in one of the worms? Wouldn't that be fucked up?
Well, we're going that way anyway. Let's take it.
How much for it?
Yeah.
Given the emergency, we'll only need like 20% of the cut.
20%.
So
Very well.
I'm gonna need your name too, if you don't mind.
Tonto.
Thank you. I'm Vanya, and the
He
person
said.
we'll be talking to is Iset. Yeah.
Ah,
I have, as she pulls out, she's gonna get annoying with these fucking things, a little bird. If we can't find it, I'm going to send you one of these, and then you can feel free to give somebody else the lead, if they want it. Only after you get one of these birds, okay?
yeah, that will work. Alternatively, you can also find my brother. He lives in Kuzmek Vikuzmek. He is also a dungeon scout.
Very well.
What's his name?
Kanto.
Ah, really? Where does
Tonto
he
and Tonto.
hang out?
He will give you an address
Do I
Mhm.
for his
recognize
residence.
it?
Not. It is probably closer towards the entrance towards the city, more on the
okay.
outskirts.
I'll file that away for later use.
But yes, if you're able to get past the fort, it'd be very, very helpful. A lot of the gym merchants that have been trying to get into the city have been detoured because they don't want to sell most of their wares just to higher protection.
Mhm. They've been trying to extort protection?
Not so much. The base infantry doesn't really deal with monsters like that, especially ones that can't be hunted so easily. But a lot of the merchants will go to Kuzmek to sell gems and purchase gems, and it's hard to get there or leave when there are dangerous monsters you can't see coming. Some of them will not so eagerly try to sell off wares just to make the trip. It's more about making a profit.
Well, thank you. Hopefully we get past.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so as well. Good luck, Yes?
If we do succeed, do we take the completed... Do we take your cut to your brother?
Yes, that works. We share our cuts.
Sounds good then.
What's sharing with a sibling like?
I wouldn't know.
Didn't tell you.
It's not bad. We're identical twins, so we share quite a bit.
Probably helps.
Alright, well, Tanto, thank you. Gives a quick safe travels in the Balic language rather than Greater Arneria.
He said just gives a little bow before she turns around.
He returns the bow politely in turn.
Iggy didn't find a Delver, but maybe he found lunch.
And return to the rest of the group.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I think they're gonna return to the party.
On the way, though,
Boy, look at all these question marks.
right? Vanya is going to kind of try and get Aset's attention without talking too loudly.
Cool.
I reacted really poorly. Though I think you can understand why I might have. I want to apologize for being as brash as I was.
Thank you. Just, I guess in the future, keep your lashing out to the people who are the cause of your problems, not people who happen to be close to them or people who
At
have
the
to be
time-
close to those.
She was the person that caused me the pain. And I hope you can realize that that's probably the same for the others.
I suppose. I just want you to realize that she too had reasons to do what she did, and
No, I get that. I do. But I don't want to dwell on it. because it's just gonna fester. But
Very well.
I want to make sure she's as safe as, well, maybe not as much as you do, but she needs to be safe so she can do what she needs to do.
Yeah.
And
At this point, I'm fairly certain I'm the only person she has left. And I'm going to be honest, for a moment, I felt like she was the only person I had left.
it might not have seemed like it, but I am trying to look out for everybody here with us, including you. I'm just a little bad with my temper,
Mm-hmm.
and it's getting harder sometimes. So, again,
Do make sure to keep a handle on that. I know I need to look out myself.
we need to look after each other on that side of things, I think. And I don't want any
Yes.
animosity between us, because that might spark things.
It's very well could. Let's get back to the others.
Mm-hmm. She's gonna kind of hand the fake lead to a set and destroy that, I guess, if you want. I don't know, you're good with that sort of thing.
I worked hard on that. Wow.
Iggy's in the doghouse right now.
Can I just like make it burn up in my hands?
Some sort of magic to do it.
Fucking Eldritch Blast or something like on the down low.
It's rude, but I'll allow it. So yeah, you burn up the delving lead that Ignatius worked on.
The delving lead that Ignatius worked very hard on.
Yeah.
Definitely real delving lead.
Well, if the real one doesn't work, that one won't. Right, let's get back.
Yes, let's get back.
Over the sending's done. We got one.
An actual lead this time.
Exactly as I predicted.
Hey, it was a fun exercise.
Fun exercise of proving a ski right.
More to get Iggy to do something fun in at least Vanya's eye.
See, that would have been funnier. Just watching Mocha sit there, just chewing on a dead stare.
Am I not allowed to have hobbies?
that?
But it's a fucking Iggy. He breathes fire.
It's more fun using the symbol of everything Iggy should be against to destroy it than letting Iggy do it himself.
Alright. So you return to the group.
Returning
Actual
to the group
legitimate dungeon lead in tow.
as a tiny Ignatius.
It's Kobold
Vulnerable.
Ignatius.
Yeah. Just kind of make myself look as, like, aloof and I'm better than this to everything I see. And then just kind of plop down next to wherever Iggy is sitting.
Is that what we're doing today?
I'll have your finest wine, please.
I have not.
Because I'm a wine drinker.
When did I drink wine last, even?
That keeps secrets from their friends.
Oh my god.
And then she just lets it drop and punches him lightly in the arm.
I have 400 years of emotional baggage and family issues to work through.
You might have
I've
more
got
than me.
about 1,000. Get on my level.
You might have more than me, but I've still got the same amount of family baggage. Not maybe as violent as yours, but you know. Get over
Honestly, we can tell.
it. Wow. Single child thinks they know everything about family life. Got it.
Fight.
Vanya is turned to paste. Next combat round.
Just did her best to keep Iset from just turning on the fucking party. Immediately gets into a fight.
She
Just
said
ask him
she's
to poke
trying
Vanya.
to get better with her temper. Not that she was good with it.
Iggy punches Vanya.
Ignatius
and
isn't
starts-
even mad.
If there's one thing I have worked out, that only child, siblings, 1,000 years, 20 years, it doesn't matter. Family is always a pain in one way or another.
My mom's a war criminal.
Okay, that is slightly more of a pain, I grant you, but still.
I'm not here for a pissing contest.
Nope.
I've been estranged from my parents for most of the world's history.
Charlotte is walking away.
I was
Vanya,
not trying to make contest of piss, I was just saying, family. We all know what that's like on some level.
Yeah. Mhm.
Honestly, at this point, I don't really think I do.
Let's get some rest. Also, maybe something to help Aspen with the warmth tomorrow, if we're lucky. Anyway.
I've never had the problem dealing with temperatures in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And you've never been to Arneria, so.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Looks at a ski, just out in Greater Arnerian. They're gonna turn into a puddle, and I'm here for it.
He cackles with glee.
I've had
Does
plenty
he
of
cackle in
warm, sunny
Arneria?
days back home. Just hand waving it like.
Vanya now finally just closing the door to the wagon and going inside to sleep.
Alrighty. So, we get rested up for the night. Vanya can actually, sleep for once.
She doesn't do that much. Yay, long rest. I actually have to make sure I'm doing that now because of spells and things.
But
Actually, I should bring this up. Those of you with concentration spells that don't want to lose concentration,
Yes.
as long as it's level 1 or level 2, Duo is allowing me to use my very limited spells to use one of my features from the mouse.
Ooh.
Which basically means if you're gonna lose concentration, I can burn the use of a spell, one of those two spells, and it will re-up the duration instead. So
I see.
if you're about to lose concentration or it's about to run out, I think it says, as a reaction to another creature within 60 feet of you that you can see losing concentration on the spell, you can spend a spell slot of at least the spell's level to allow it to continue. Its duration is extended by its normal maximum, so it will reset it, basically.
That is giving me very funny ideas.
Just, I thought I'd better bring that up so I can actually let you guys know. Just remind me if you have a spell up that's level 1 or level 2.
I need to find some way to
That's
use
all my
mnemonic
spells.
mind trait.
Yeah, I'm looking for ways to make use of that feature.
There's
I'll
so
find
many,
something.
There's so many features that that's the only one I couldn't use on. It's the Arnerian. No, it's not. That's just the mouse thing. The Arnerian mouse is the letting other people learn to read at least your voiceless speech, not anyone else's. I thought it was important.
It's
Alright.
very good.
Well, so next morning comes, and I imagine you all are traveling the rest of the way across the causeway
Yay!
towards Fort Tiburon.
Yes.
We're traveling.
It apparently rhymes with Iran, so there you go. That's
Or
how it's-
Tawiran.
Yeah.
All right.
Tabaran.
Well, it takes you a little bit more than, I'll say about 6-ish hours to move across the causeway, passing through the Strait of Grass and Strait of Glass, and entering into Arneria itself. The temperature is only slightly higher, but you could definitely feel a bit more humidity, being this close to the sea. Eventually, you are greeted by a very large pair of gates that essentially encompass this entire portion of the causeway. They're about 20 feet high, and they remain open at the moment, but there are some of the bay's infantrymen who are currently holding a checkpoint, essentially looking for proof of business.
Alright, pass me that dungeon lead. I can look imposing enough to probably get us past easily.
She just hands it off. But she's gonna follow along.
Alright.
Ignatius will step down from the wagon and walk alongside it as they approach. Gonna do his best to gussy himself up, straighten his back, raise his chin, and all that.
You see a couple of very large, imposing bisons carrying halberds. They motion you forward with your 2 wagons. What is your proof of business in Arneria?
Dungeon by, I believe it was Kazmek v. Kuzmek, and he will hand off the document.
The guard will take it for a moment, looking it over. He glances towards the caravan, or the pair of wagons, to be more precise. Well, that should be fine. This looks to be in order. You may pass.
Thank you, sir.
Next.
As they're going past,
Mhm.
In Great Arnerian, Vanya's just going to ask, well, is this because of... What's this because of? It's usually not this bad, is it?
Bay's orders. They are limiting trade through Alamance right now.
Okay. Just shit me back into the wagon.
So with that,
Oh, this is the consequence of the Pharaoh's actions.
with this,
Likely.
you do manage to get through the gates. The fort itself has more or less kind of been turned into pseudo city built into this part of the causeway. The main hurdle was more or less the gate that you needed to get through. Now that you are here, you can see that there is a great deal, many more Arnerian merchants than there was at Soursport. A lot of them are here essentially providing sort of not quite a welcome basket, but a dipping and exposure of the Arnerian culture. So you have people from the Bation, you have people from the Beylik. They have various different goods from their different regions. There are a very large amount of gemstones that are being passed off. And also a surprising amount of ore is being moved through this area as well.
As long as we don't get handed an edible arrangement, I'm good.
Hey, Charlotte,
Yeah.
didn't you need like gems or something for spells?
Well, Revivify I've handled, but there
Anything
is
else?
one thing I'd like to get, but it when the time is right.
Okay, well, the last stop on our list of stops is known for its gems, so. And water. Lots and lots of water, but you'll see.
Let's see. Just looking through cards. Okay, way too expensive. That can wait.
Charlotte, we have a lot.
We'll be fine.
Okay, good to know. Actually, while I'm at it, Aski, is that? Ignatius? Any of you need any gems or anything for spells?
Nothing acutely.
No.
Nothing in my repertoire.
Vaguely looks at Aspen and then doesn't even ask him a question.
Aspen, someone who has never cast a spell in their entire life.
Yeah, it's just that look of, why am I even thinking that? Okay, anyway.
Actually, if they have some good quality obsidian, that could make something very useful. Yeah.
Oh, we'll have a look. And I guess I look for obsidian with the help of Aspen. And anyone else that wants to help.
Yeah.
Alright. Investigation checks.
Do you want to roll Aspen or me?
You probably got better odds than me.
Okay.
Solid. Alright. You go looking through the various types of ores and gemstones that are being provided, and you're specifically looking for obsidian.
Yep.
You spend probably about half an hour searching before you eventually find a rat merchant who is offering some more unusual stone items, of which there appears to be obsidian.
How much do you need?
Quite a bit would be ideal. If I could
That's
done
not an amount, please.
Have reasonable sized chunks. I mean, that's say 7.
7 obsidian. She just palms her face. What is 7 obsidian?
7 decent chunks.
One charcuterie board of obsidian.
Okay. I'm gonna look at the amount of
One
obsidian.
edible arrangement.
I'm so full from volcanic glass. Yum.
uh, so my friend here is looking for lots of obsidian, and I noticed you've got a fair bit. She's just kind of. This isn't great in Arnerian.
Yes, I have quite a bit. How much do you need?
Vanya's gonna kind of motion to the amount, at the obsidian for Aspen to kind of look for the right sized stuff.
Yeah, Aspen's gonna like pick out like an ideal sized chunk for the kind of carving they want to do, and just be like, ideally about 7 pieces of this sort of size.
Okay. Give me insight as well.
Yeah.
Is that both of us? Or
Both's fine.
Oh, we're about to get ripped off.
Uh-oh.
Seems legit.
These obsidian chunks are very nice. They're decently sized. I'd say maybe the largest one is probably about the size of probably about, I want to be very specific, like half the size of a bowling ball.
Wow. Okay.
So
That's a lot of obsidian.
yeah, it's
Definitely
all
real obsidian.
they are very smooth and not quite perfectly round, but round-ish, round adjacent, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And what were you picking out specifically, Dante?
I was going for chunks that were, easily workable sizes for the obsidian baubles.
So, like, the largest ones you can get.
You know what? Sure, I could probably make a couple baubles out of some large ones.
Okay. I'd say there's probably 3 that would fit this size category that you would be looking for.
I'm gonna kill Gao passively by taking whatever price the guy wants. So she's just gonna go, so how much for this? And just kind of motions to what Aspen is picking out.
Looks it over real quick. It'd be about 50 gold per chunk, because you have pretty sizable chunks.
Mm-hmm.
So 150 gold.
Okay, where did you get it all from anyway? I don't.
I was about to ask the same thing.
It gets washed along the river, coming from volcanic vents in the sea.
Does that sound? I'm gonna. Oh god. I'm not trying to avoid the bad insight I just got, but I am trying to make an intelligence check to see if that actually tracks or something. Like, is that?
Yeah, go ahead, make an intelligence check.
She's educated from the she went to Broadgate, so she's.
May I also, somewhat knowing obsidian?
So most obvious thing is obsidian is very heavy, very dense. Yeah. For it to come up from volcanic vents that are normally on the bottom of the sea and get up into a river system to be washed down that way is very unlikely.
I'm gonna try and reach for one of the pieces that Aspen's holding. I'm just gonna test the weight in my hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check.
Yeah.
Specifically Vanya.
Oh, fuck.
Alright. It's funnier.
We have fun here, folks.
Oh, God.
The number 2.
See, it's past 2 of 3 checks in Vanya's brain, so...
how does it stack up to the obsidian I'm already wearing?
What do you mean?
Well, Aspen has a few bits of, obsidian decoration on their gear. Is it does it feel the same? Is it the right kind of toughness and weight?
It's got that same amount of, like, density to it. And you know how, like, obsidian can be pretty, like, smooth and such, but it's usually decently jagged for, like, chunks. But this is almost like you've got, like, a giant bauble, but not quite a bauble, because it's not perfectly round in shape. It just happens to be smooth and oblong, I guess.
The me part of this is very upset about what I'm about to do.
You're about to buy a spear, normal ass glass for 150 gold.
Vanya is gonna be just like, what did it rose to the maybe the tide carry? Sure. And she's just gonna hand over the 150 gold.
Ah, thank you. Pleasure doing business.
Are you here often?
All the time. I move up and down the causeway from time to time.
Okay.
The closest I get is to the fort.
Where do you usually operate from?
Usually further south towards Lineng.
Okay. Well, thank you. Hope to see you again soon.
Of course. I hope you craft something beautiful with them.
And unknowingly having bought fake obsidian, I guess Vanya's gonna go back towards the wagon.
Certified Anasir moments.
Alright. I will add 3 obsidian question mark next to, I guess, Aspen's sheet later.
3 quote-unquote obsidian.
I love and hate what just happened so much.
It's a surprise tool that'll help us later.
Look, if nothing else, I can grind it into dust and throw it in people's eyes. Let's go with that.
This is when Iggy walks into the wagon. He's like, "Why have you got dragon eggs?"
Oh
my god.
Oh.
I was gonna say,
I-
is Aspen gonna like show this off to the rest of the party at all?
Should I roll?
Yeah, I mean, Aspen's not gonna hide
Aspen's
it.
carrying it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, perception checks, I guess.
Fun.
Yeah, perception.
Too distracted. Oh no, we're
17.
going down a path. Oh
That's a good 17.
That is such
It's good. It's good
bullshit.
that my bad rolls are still good.
My die was cockeyed. I swear to God that was a 20.
Oh, 16 as well. Okay, good.
17 and 16. It's definitely weird looking for obsidian. But beyond that, it's kind of hard to put what's maybe out of place with it, if anything.
Oh my god. Okay.
What do you have there?
Aspen needed some obsidian, so pick some up.
You sure that's obsidian?
Other than like how he said he got it, it makes sense.
It's a weird shape, but it feels right. It weighs right. It's got the right kind of texture. And...
I figured it just told tales about how he got it, so that seems legit.
Maybe he
It'd be
stole it
great.
when he just didn't want to say.
If this was legit and he just was the shadiest looking fella alive.
I mean, rats catch a bad rap, so who knows?
I didn't even remember that he was a rat.
Me neither.
Well, whatever it is, it doesn't exactly look like the usual sorts of obsidian you'd see.
He said he got it from the ocean.
I suppose you're hoping for the best.
From the ocean.
Yeah, I thought that was odd too. Don't worry, but I mean,
Look,
if
all I need to do with this is when I have access to a forge, I need to make little decorations with it. I should be able to make a few from each one. Should be good.
It's a volcanic rock. What the hell would it be doing on the beach?
well,
Especially
again,
that big of a sphere of it.
I get it. I do. I really do. It was the only bit that made me go, But, like, it explains why it's so round and smooth if it's come out of the ocean.
I gotta be honest,
natural
bro. That makes you
erosion.
got calm.
Maybe. And I hate to
How
sound
much
like
did that cost you?
I hate to sound like Aspen, but only 150 gold. We make that with our eyes closed. If we just got some pretty glass, then I mean, glass is still expensive.
He said blinks and just starts like looking for some herbs through in one of her pockets, and Light just starts rolling a cigarette out of them.
You know what? You're all making me curious. I'm going to try and see if I can find the forge that I can use.
Find a forge, use it. If it's not obsidian, we go and get a refund.
Is there a forge in the fort that I can make use of?
Within the fort, not that would be accessible to the public, not from the Bay's men anyway. On the causeway itself, not in this particular area, as it is mostly merchants.
We're gonna find out later. Yeah, gotcha. I like that. Well, scam or not, we learnt a lesson if it is. Seemed nice enough. Just kind of shrugs.
Yeah, people who are trying to get money out of you usually do.
It makes sense because this is a place where people from outside meet.
Mm-hmm.
But I hate that it happened.
Look, people on the causeway kind of struggle a bit. So
I'm gonna break this stuff up anyway. So can I just like line a chisel into one piece of it and just give it a solid whack?
Yeah. Make a strength check for me.
Imagine Aspen still pulls off despite. Oh, that was close.
18?
Just immediately explodes the splinters.
You start to chisel into the obsidian piece, and do not make any ground. It is very tough.
Now that's definitely wrong.
I mean, you need a forge to make the details, but that should still be breakable. That's interesting.
You know, I expected it to just immediately turn into splinters. This is worse.
do we want to bother? Do we?
I'm going to be honest, I am more
Well,
curious
you know,
now.
you've just found something potentially even more useful.
If we can make lemonade out of lemons, so be it.
I just don't know if I want to start any problems here when we're trying to get past.
I'm going to be honest, even if this is not what I thought it was, I kind of want to keep it just to find out what it is. Like, I'm enjoying the mystery now.
I mean, the fact that it won't immediately fall under pressure is certainly fascinating, so who knows? Maybe happen into something of interest after all.
Asp, if you work down again, let me try to help you with that. I want to hope something happens. I don't want you to break it.
Then I
Hang
can
on, I
find the
just need to
forge
get
I'm
this out of the
bringing
way.
with me.
Very well.
Iggy is gonna use divine sense on it.
Okay.
It's evil.
Yeah, sure. Fucking detect magic.
Spooky black wild glass.
I pull up Divine Sense because I don't remember exactly what that feature specifies. Alright.
I'm unsettled by the fact that you have to be so specific right now.
It
We
is
will
vaguely
we'll lean down
worrying.
and sniff it.
It springs to life and claws off it, claws off Iggy's face and just runs into the causeway.
It's actually just a conglomerate of 100 crabs.
Okay. I was looking for just how it is specifically worded. You cast Divine Sense, and you get that whatever these objects are, they are desecrated in some way.
Oh,
Oh, that's bad.
Oh, fun.
Hold the phone. That is. There's something rancid about those things.
Seems like Veronet has her hands all over this.
Yeah, this isn't. I mean, if it is obsidian, which maybe not, there's something wrong with it.
I kind of want to keep
Oh,
it
yes.
now.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna keep it.
Okay, but
Only
maybe
to
we should put it-
investigate.
We should put it in a box or something. I don't like it.
Holds the bag of holding open.
Yeah,
Like it's a
keep
bad
it in
idea.
there.
Aspen just drops it in.
I think your man was trying to get rid of some cursed items.
But what exactly?
Wait, compare it to this, and she's gonna hold out the obsidian dagger, obsidian in quotations, the baleful talon.
Well, do you
Do you
think
want
magic
me
is
to-
still up at least?
To check that as well.
Your Divine Sense lasts for how long? Oh, it's a round.
Yeah, 6 seconds.
Yeah, so you'd have to
I mean,
use
I have
it.
5 uses of it. Bada
Yeah.
bing, bada boom.
Detect magic lasts for 10 minutes, so.
Alright. Da, 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 da. Oh wow, that didn't want me to pull that up. Okay. So it's set on the obsidian quote unquote rocks that when you cast detect magic, you gain a sense of conjuration. And assuming Ignatius is activating Divine Sense when Vanya pulls out the Baleful Talon, you also get that the Talon is desecrated.
Yeah, both of these things are desecrated. This is.
I could have told you that about the dagger, but
Well, alright. The orb, which is what I'm going to refer to it, not say obsidian at this point, because we still don't know that, is as bad as the dagger.
Maybe this is like a demon egg. Do demons have eggs?
Spear of Annihilation.
It's got
No.
conjuration magic on it, so who even knows?
What, do we shatter it and it conjures something?
Maybe it'll summon something all of its own.
Who
The
knows?
fucking Freaky orb and Vox Machina.
We'll find out
I honestly have no
next
idea.
week.
Cool. Cool.
What an ominous thing to end the episode on.
What a
Wait,
cliffhanger.
I love it.
Duo,
Thanks.
I love that you scammed us. And maybe gave us
Scammed us,
something
but
way worse.
actually gave us an enchanted item. Yeah.
I
Remember
love that I went for
kids,
something
they-
super simple and silly to do a thing with, and I've gotten things.
Whoops.
I'm gonna go. Everybody that's watching though, send your best vibes towards Gal because they weren't feeling well and had
Yeah,
to go.
Scow had to
Yeah.
get off early. They were running a fever and not feeling well. So hopefully they will be back next week.
And I'm gonna vanish because
Now they've become too powerful.
Bye.
birds are screaming in the
Bye.
background.
Tune in next week to find out who's watching through the Palantir.
Good night.
Good night.